of Russian strikes on Dnipro.
The head of a conservative think tank is coordinating plans for a significant federal government overhaul in the event of a Republican presidential victory.
He described the situation as a second American revolution that will remain bloodless if the left allows it to be.
Israel has sanctioned the largest land seizure in the occupied West Bank in over 3 decades, according to a settlement monitoring group.
This action is expected to exacerbate the already high tensions.
An Italian appeals court upheld the convictions of 2 American men for the murder of an Italian plainclothes police officer.
This occurred during a failed sting operation, but their sentences were reduced. The new trial followed the annulment of their original convictions.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Damn good coffee, and hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
Yeah. Like there's anything worth laughing about. Yeah, go ahead. Laugh. There's nothing funny. I'm just thinking, good morning, folks. I'm just thinking, it's Tuesday, July 9th, 2024, and I'm thinking I could drive somebody to drink just by saying, supple, 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 supple. Go ahead. Get loaded. Quick. Bang them down. Our guest Thursday. Thursday we have Lowry and Mowry, 2 different guests. And they're basically both talking about sort of the same thing, healing it, like mental health issues and healing it through humor and all that stuff. Like there is anything humorous in this friggin' world. Oh, look at me, angry already. But Mowry, not Lowry, wrote to me and said that they have a new drinking game, him and his friends, that every time they hear the word supple, 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 they're going to take, they just one supple, they're going to take a shot every time they hear that word, supple, 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 supple. They're probably bombed already. Too trash to walk. So that's funny, I guess. So there is something worth laughing about, watching drunk people crash, not crash cars, but crash into each other, walking, stumbling. The news is just full of, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. I get up every day, you know me. I'm one of these affirmation guys. Today's going to be a good day. It's going to be a beautiful day. Good things are going to happen today. And then I open up the browser to start getting ready for the show and bombarded with bullshit, bad news. Reading through Project 2025, I don't think a single person you know what? I don't think a single person on either side really wants to have the discipline to sit down and read that minutia of nonsense crybabyism and we need God, we need daddy, we need God, we need a dictator, we need a king. Ooh, I'm so helpless. But I'm certain the Trump cult, does not have the ability to read that long. I mean, basically 2 paragraphs in, they're checking out. And secondly, if they do read past like a page or 2, they won't understand a single word of it, and don't have the wherewithal to grasp the gravity of what they're talking about. Now, you heard in the 60-second news clip there, they're calling for a second revolution that will be bloodless if the Dems or the left allows it to be. Now, is that a threat? Because if you notice, the left isn't like saying pick up guns and go fight a war. That's all the people on the right. So it sounds like as long as you behave, we won't kill you. That's what it sounds like to me. This is the America we're living in. I'm not, there's not a lot of humor in this stuff. I mean, where are the laughs? Where are the laughs? Tell you where the laughs aren't. They're probably not at Mr. Tongue's Monday night thing. He probably just talking about supple hands and stuff like that. That's just an old bit that just won't go away at this point. I'm sorry. It might be. I mean, now we have a show today that I don't know if we're going to have a show today. Well, I don't know if we have ever had a show, to be honest with you. We never really had a show. But Adam Imlay, who is scheduled to be here at 9:15, wrote to me, wanted to know if that was 10:15 Eastern or 10:15 Central. It's 9:15 Eastern. Okay, thanks. So I'm not sure he's going to be here. And Michael Nere from Montreal, Canada, was a no-show 2.5 weeks ago. Now, he didn't reschedule today. A publicist for him rescheduled today. So I don't know if he's going to show up. So it could just be me and Mr. Supple Hands and his friends. Anyway, you know what? I can't. It's just too much for me. I got to get high. And I get high daily, and I think you should too. Find out about Daily High Club. They'll help you get high daily.
With humble East Coast beginnings in 2015, Daily High Club is the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and consumption accessories. If you're looking to elevate your smoking game to the next level, you're in the right place. With over 1 million top-quality smoking products sold, and with a growing base of over 10,000 monthly subscribers worldwide, we deliver the ultimate smoking experience. But Daily High Club is not just a retailer, we're lovers of the smoking scene ourselves, working with giants like Tommy Chong, Snoop Dogg, Chanel West Coast, and more. Ready to join the Daily High Club? Let our experts curate your collection with our awesome El Primo monthly subscription box, or grab one of our fun and unique pieces from our smoke shop. Click the link in the description below this video to get this party started now.
Get it started now. Look, I'm in the wrong spot because Steven is like popping in, popping out, like, whatever.
Hey, listen, I respect the show enough not to show up all glitchy and stuff. So when it acts up, I leave and fix it.
That's very patronizing bullshit. I don't buy it. Good morning, AJ Mendelson.
Good morning, America. MyDogTV.com. Is your spouse stuck on the roof? Do not panic. Call our technicians at MyDog We will use our new roof Jetsam technology. Our prices, your spouse, like our prices, will be down to earth. MyDogTV.com. Enjoy the suffering.
Yeah, you have to have supple shingles on your roof. That's important. They have to be supple.
Well, the more supple that your roof is, the easier it is to throw people off.
Right.
And a supple place for them to land.
Right.
No.
So
can't be
night.
supple where they land. You need them to have a real
Oh
solid.
no! It can't. The ground can be supple. I think by this point, Maori is like he's already passed out drunk. But good for him. He should not lay down the gauntlet like that and put the pressure on me to keep him sober. Or Ron Kane and his old bit, very old bit by now. Yeah. So last night,
remember before you can, I gotta say, this is bugging the hell out of me. This news guy that you have, Alan Edwards.
Yeah.
Okay. He says a person on a conservative. No, his name is Kevin Roberts. He's the head of Heritage Foundation.
Right.
Don't just say conservative think tank. Let them know who the fuck is behind this stuff. Okay, it's ridiculous to be tiptoeing around like it's not out there. It's out there. His name is Kevin Roberts, and he's head of the Heritage Foundation, and he's threatening violence to people who don't bend over to be raped voluntarily.
Well, it will be a bloodless revolution if you allow it.
Then I'm not going to allow it.
Well, come on up on the roof then, and we'll watch the sunset. We'll smoke a blunt, and maybe with a pair of supple hands, I'll give you a toss.
Like the song says, up the ladder to the roof, where we can be closer to heaven.
You're gonna toss TJ Shendelshin's what on the roof?
My salad.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they are just soft selling this stuff. I don't know if you know CNN, Brian Stetler or whatever the fuck is the bald-headed virgin who's like 40 years old, said, actually, Project 2025 is actually a forward-thinking document. What? Huh? And then Maggie Haberman comes out and says, it's not fair to say that Trump supports this document. I was like, what's going on over at CNN? Somebody is either bribing them or intimidating or something. I think it's more bribing than intimidating, or they just, they're tired of coming in last in ratings constantly, and they're just trying to get on the Trump train. But it's kind of strange what's going on over there. And again, as I said earlier, nobody who really needs to read that fucking thing is going to have the patience to read that thing or have an adult actually explain to them what it means.
That's why I'm going to have to read it to them.
I said an adult.
I'm going to do the pop-up version. I'll do a pop-up version.
See, the problem with that is they ain't listening to you. They know what you are. Look at you. You're going to... If you're a red hat wearing conservative, are you going to listen to some black dude wearing that kind of hair come in and tell me about politics? No.
Whoa. What about my hair?
That kind of hair. Whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know what about your hair. It looks like you stole it from a lion and a goat at the same time.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say I stole it from a mop.
Well, I've never seen a mop, so... Ron Kane is very quiet. He's probably thinking of some supple jokes. Supple jokes.
No. It's nothing that crazy. I'm trying to figure out because I woke up this morning and I had I had this violation on Facebook. It said your video has been removed. It was a video that I put up like a week ago for the doghouse, and said the owner has claimed copyright over this, and it's like your account has been locked now for 30 days and shit.
Are you sure it's real?
I don't know. My account is locked. I can't do anything.
Oh, really?
That sounds real enough to me.
Yeah, like I can get in, but it won't let me post anything because Facebook says I have violated their copyright issue or something.
That's ridiculous. Because generally with a copyright thing, they will just either mute the part that's copyrighted in certain places or all that stuff. It sounds scammy to me.
How copyrighted is it? I mean, what part? What did you do?
I just can't post to my pages. Like I can see everything, but it'll tell me like your account is, until August 8th.
You got
there's got to be an appeal process too. You can appeal it. Did you actually go out and steal somebody's copyrighted material?
No, it was shared from Instagram, but it says the owner complained about it. And
didn't you create it on Instagram? Aren't you the owner?
No, I remixed it, and they're saying that that it's some kind of copyright violation. So I reached out to the person because it gives you a report number and it tells you the person that did it. And I found their account and everything on Instagram, so it's real and everything like that. So I emailed him this morning, and if I don't hear anything, then I'm going to reach out to him directly on Instagram and be like, "Can you do something about this?"
Are they local? Can I drive by their house and have a few words with them?
No.
It can be bloodless. It can be bloodless if they let it.
If they let it.
Give them a nice supple beating.
Yeah, but more than anything, it really still just highlights how a company as big as Facebook has like no customer service, and there's really no way to contact them, and yet that's fine. It's like, go fuck yourself with that.
You know, I was on that soapbox about 2 months ago or even longer. A friend of mine had their page hacked, stolen by somebody. I mean, they fell for the ruse, but I was trying to contact Facebook for them, and I was like, Congress needs to fucking kind of put the squeeze on Facebook's balls. If you're going to serve people, you have to have some kind of customer service. You can't just not pay attention to them or not have no recourse when this thing goes bad and you've been violated. So. And
it needs to be mandated, so it's one-on-one customer service, so that for each individual that they service, they have one dedicated customer service person.
That's fucking crazy. Now you get carried away.
Like all those tech companies are like that, or even like the big socials. You can't get a hold of anybody, and it's like, how is this even legal? It's like you're providing a service that you don't really have to service. That must be nice.
Yeah.
That's like I'd be like a prostitute not having to wash her hooch every night.
The copyright thing has got me really baffled because generally that's a pretty quick one to fix. You can just either pull it down. It's weird. It's not like, or they mute it in certain areas where the copyright is, because copyrights are not worldwide generally. So I don't know. It's something sounds a little off there. But if the person can't or refuses to fix it for you, I say we take them up on the roof.
Yeah.
Take Facebook. That's what I said. Find out where they live. Go to their profile. Find out where they live. We can visit them. Hopefully they're in Indiana, because Stephen will just roll on up that motherfucker. We'll never hear him coming. Won't hear the footsteps coming.
If you can fight with one eye, I guess we'll have to take the other.
That's right.
That he made me happy. You took a sad day and made it happy.
Are you happy that Ron is blocked, or that you can take somebody else's other eye?
Just taking eyes. It's just I don't know. Something about taking an eye it brightens up my whole day. Not their day.
So how was Mr. Tongue last night?
It was good last night. We had audience members, and so it turned out good. Still, I mean, you can tell it's like after the holiday week, because we only had like 8 comics last night. So, but that is what it is. So,
I don't. The comics are taking. Because again, like last week, I had a guy looking for an open mic on July 4th. It's surprising to see the comics are slack.
I found one. I found an open mic on July 4th, but I didn't find out about it until the 5th, so I couldn't tell you about it. I found out about it after the show. That's how timely my stuff is sent to me.
Wow. Stephen just ducked out, but a friend of his, or somebody who claims to be his friend. Now, Stephen is denying that Andy is his friend. Andy Imlay, who is a positive comedian. Another sit-down comic. He's here now. Let's welcome him in. Andy, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Where are you? Are you in Indiana, or are you somewhere else?
I'm in the southern part of Indiana.
Why?
Yeah.
Do you not have a choice? Are you like mandated to stay there?
That's where most of my family's at. So.
Well, that would be a good reason to leave. If
I was about to say that doesn't explain why you're still there. That just
Well,
I don't have enough money to go anywhere else.
That's okay. That's a legitimate but poor excuse. Literally a poor excuse.
Steven says his PC restarted. Well, now a couple of things. He's saying false. I think that's because he said they weren't. He doesn't know him. He never met him. He said never met him in person.
That is true.
So what? Y'all met through glory holes? What is that? How have you met?
Exactly.
We met at a disability support group. No, I'm kidding. We didn't.
I'll say I'm sorry because we knew that was bullshit because Steven does not support any disabilities.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
That statement is unsupported by fact. We're waiting for him to pop back in here. Now get out of the.
As soon as he gets in, he's going to take your spot, Matt. You might as well just move over because he's going to take that spot.
Well, we don't know. He's like blank. Here he is, blank. Oh no!
He popped in the right spot.
No, here you go there. All right, man. It's so hard keeping things in line around here. Now we have both of them in the room at the same time, so there can be there can be contradictory statements. How do you know Stephen? Where'd you meet him? You didn't meet him online. Where do you know him from?
Yeah, he was a suggested friend on Facebook, and I was like, he doesn't look like he's too bad, so I'll give it a shot.
Is Facebook just like saying, "Hey, you're in a wheelchair. You're funny. Maybe you like this other guy in a wheelchair. He says he's funny."
I don't know. I actually don't know how that works.
I was about to ask you because I was going to ask if the two of you both received the same suggestion. Like it suggested you and you suggested him. Well, to each other.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's because somebody views your profile and then if they view your profile, it makes you a suggested friend. I'm not complete like you guys were talking earlier. I'm not real sure how Facebook works. Nobody can talk to anybody there, so who knows?
Yeah. Do you have other comedian friends who are chairbound?
Let me think about it.
If you have to think about it, the answer is no. I mean,
a few.
I mean,
a few.
Let's be. Yeah, we could be real about it. I mean, generally, I know I can name all the wheelchair-bound comedians I know off the top of my head without having to think about it because stand-up comedy is not generally sit-down comedy. So you notice when somebody is sitting there. Somebody, Mike Vanderveen, who's been on this program the other day, said, "Would it be?" wrong for me to do my whole set while sitting down. He was going to bring a chair on stage. And I was like, well, I know several people who do that without a choice. So I don't know where you're going with that. But it's just that. And Mark Maron sits on a stool his entire hour or whatever he does.
And most of the material are stool samples.
Stool samples, yeah. Very low-hanging fruit by
low-hung comedian.
AJ Mendelssohn. I'm running out of initial names to call you. I gotta come up with
you've abandoned the GD right off the top. That's gone.
What?
You don't even attempt to use the right initials.
What would Steven just popped out again. You know what? This damn kid. He's gonna be popping in, popping out. I'm gonna go over there and throw him off the roof.
That's how he wound up with 3 daughters.
Right.
Can't stay in and finish it and make a son.
So, Andy, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been performing and what got you into stand up or sit down or whatever you call it? Comedy.
Been into comedy now for about a decade.
Wow.
We used to have a club down here in near Evansville, Indiana, southern part of the state, about 10-15 minutes from Kentucky. And I got tickets to a comedy club and decided to go watch some stand-up comedy and was like, oh, that might be fun to do. And then started going to open mics and developing material of my own. And I guess the rest is history.
So 10 years in, you probably have some decent amount of material, right? Do you have an hour?
Yeah, I have an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Steven, I've seen Steven's act a little bit, and when I see him, he's almost exclusively jokes about his situation. Are you? Is that what you talk about? Is just like, or just being in a chair?
Well, I've got a few mentors that I bounce stuff off of, and they say, sure, you can touch on that to begin with, but then move on to other things about yourself.
There you go. Thank you. All right. I just, I think you can, when once people get to know you, if they've seen you once, that, it's like Ron's supple hands thing. It gets old really quick.
Actually, when Ron uses his supple hands, it never gets old. It's only when he talks about them when it gets old.
Everyone loves the supple and moist hands, right, Matt?
Imagine what's going around at Maori's house right now. They're all like bouncing off
He's
the
like,
wall.
somebody's got a nigga tequila run.
Taking a shot. Hey, did we lose a layout here? I think I lost a layout. What happened to? Oh, here it is. It's this layout. Now Steven's back. No, he's not. Device is not connected. He's just an unconnected Steven. So wait, what's going on?
I was trying to help you. You're taking too long. Sorry.
Oh, now he's back. So speaking of taking too long, here we go. It's just not working out right. It's just not working out right today.
I'll stop helping.
It's Steven's fault. Oh, what's going on there? So where
it's pretty much all my fault. My computer's on the fritz.
So say you're sorry.
I apologize. My bad. Fuck you, GD. For the rest of you, I apologize.
Just so you know, defective means you never have to say you're sorry.
So,
fair enough.
Andy, how often are you performing? Are you out regularly? Or?
At least once a week if I can. I've got an open mic that I run monthly in the area, and then there's a weekly open mic that gets ran here in the area. So if I'm not doing it here in the area, I've got some stuff in Louisville coming up. I've traveled to the northern part of the state. I mean, I go wherever they want me to go within reason if the money's right.
Wherever they let you go. Well, that sounds a little bit like there'll be a bloodless revolution if you'll let it be.
Now there's a video of your good friend, your best friend Steven, being pulled by a car in his wheelchair down the road.
I haven't seen that.
Are you the one driving the car, or have you pulled that stunt yourself? Have you ever pulled off that stunt?
No, no, I don't know that I'd be that dumb to do something like that. No offense, Steven.
None taken. It's fine.
I've never seen that video. Why have I never seen that video?
Because you weren't looking for it?
I don't know.
Nobody shared it with me. Nobody showed it to me. How did you find it?
Steven didn't share it with me. Steven, the only thing Steven shares with me are like STDs and maybe an erroneous porn site. But that's
I told you that in confidence.
Yeah, but you showed me that with confidence. So
I sure did.
I just told you confidence. A little bit too much confidence going on. I just want to say that. Now, Andy, tell us a little bit about your condition. Do you have use of your hands? Do you have no use of your legs, but use of your hands, or not?
So I've got cerebral palsy. I'm considered a quadriplegic because it affects all four limbs, but I'm still able to walk kind of part-time with the use of forearm crutches. Most of the time, if it's long distances, just due to my age and my endurance not being what it used to be, I use the chair, I'd say 95% of the time.
Now, you said part-time, so is that a union thing that you're only allowed to be have that affliction for like 6 hours a day or something? I don't understand. I'm new to this whole palsy thing, and I'm looking into it for my future.
His lighting is so harsh that he can't think straight.
Oh, my window's open. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a euphemism for ripping my
shade
pants.
in front of that damn window.
Yeah, there's a shade. There's a shade there. I forgot. Wow. I opened it to look out, and I forgot to put it back down.
Well, remember to put it back down now. So the reason I asked about that, getting to gigs, do you drive yourself to gigs, or can you drive?
Yes, yeah, I've got hand controls in my vehicle, so I'm able to drive myself just about wherever I need to go.
All right.
And you still haven't left Indiana.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Andy. You're losing, Andy. You're losing all kinds of credibility with me. I'm sorry.
To be fair, Andy, GD has very little credibility himself, so the bar's really low. So it's fine. Don't worry
very
about
little
it.
credit. That's a different thing. His credit score is different than credibility. It's a whole. But no, maybe
is that a black joke?
Yeah.
Is that a pause?
He was born with the 320. Anyway,
don't get me started. I have a reference that I can tap into at any moment to get plenty of race jokes.
Yes, that's true. You do.
Oh God.
Now,
it's like, yeah, thanks, Matt, for sharing. Thank you.
Yeah. I lost track of. I was going because getting to gigs, it's a whole other level of complexity. Is getting yourself to the gig, and then the accessibility once you get to the gig. Are the places you play? Do they have ramps and stuff, or do you need like special accommodations, or do you have a vehicle where you bring your own ramp? Any of that handling?
Well,
the challenge?
usually for the first time I go into a place, I'll use my crutches in case there are stairs, or sometimes I'll call ahead of time and ask the questions that need to be asked of the venue. Hey, are you accessible? Are there stairs to get in? Is there an accessible entrance? Is it back by the dumpster like most other places are?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is a big thing, and there are certain people who are, advocates for, changing the whole paradigm within the comedy club industry. Because I don't know, most other clubs, most other venues, whether entertainment venues, have made adjustments in the last 40 years or so. Americans with Disabilities Act. But comedy, for some reason, seems to have said, well, that doesn't apply to us. We're just going to take our dear sweet time. Here it is, 2024. We're still not on board with this whole Americans with Disabilities Act. Let them fend for themselves type of thing. So it's a big thing within certain groups of disabled comedians. So do you book yourself? Are you your own manager, or you have an agent?
No, I don't have an agent. I'm my own manager for the most part. I have to run stuff by my wife, and all that kind of stuff, just because I don't want to be sleeping on the couch every night. But actually, that's where I'm at right now. So
you just woke up.
But
all right. So now, what's your schedule like? Are you working like constantly, or is it gigs coming?
Yeah, we've got our monthly open mic Thursday, because the venue was closed for the 4th of July, so they just pushed it back a week. So we've got that coming up this week. I'm in the opening round of Funniest Person in Louisville on Friday night, and the Red Skelton Comedy Festival, which is the first year for that, up in Vincennes. I'll be part of that. I'll be part of that next weekend.
You know who
Red Skeleton or Red Skelton? Because they're two different people.
Red Skelton.
They're the same person. They just take a E out of their name.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who he was? Do you know who he was? No, of course he's not still around.
I know
he'd be like 140 or something. Do you know anything about Red Skelton?
Yeah, I do. I actually went to Vincennes University, and they were talking about building the Red Skelton Theater when I was going to college there.
Well, isn't that nice?
And so they still have the house he was born in. It's considered a historical site. People can go tour it.
I thought New Mexico was bad for having Billy the Kid stuff all over the place. I mean, I guess I'm dissing Red Skelton here a little bit. He
was a national treasure. At one point, he was nighttime entertainment.
I had friends who watched that show, and I never understood it. I never got the laughs of it. Like this guy is just like he's like not even dad jokes. He's like I don't know grandpa jokes or whatever.
Now the caveat to the Red Skelton Theater is every show that's performed in the Red Skelton Theater is clean comedy.
Wow,
that's different because I never thought of. Well, I only saw Red Skelton on television, so to me, that I guess he had to be clean. But
yeah, he had stupid movies like that were even dumber than a television show. Too. I guess I'm on. You got me on an anti-Red Skelton kick all of a sudden.
Was he? He wasn't in Mad World, right? He wasn't one of the 400 people in Mad World, right? He didn't.
He might have been. I don't know. I that movie had so many people in it. That was kind of crap. Slapstick nonsense and all that stuff was not something that appealed to me in my youth when that was a thing. Steven, you know who Red Skelton is?
Very little. Basically what I heard today. And a little bit that Andy told me.
Well, don't look him up. It's not worth it.
No, it is worth it. Look him up.
All right, we have a contradiction of opinions here.
Yeah, but
okay, Ron, you're the deal breaker. Should I look him up or no?
Yeah,
Ron probably never heard of him either.
Ron said, "Yeah, look him up and then tell me who he is."
Hey, I appreciate clean comedy because for me it's really hard.
What
so.
you want a funny red guy, red buttons. He never got it.
He was definitely in Mad World. And he was funny.
Yeah, he never got a dinner.
This is for our audience if you were born in 1940.
I think the funniest of the red guys were
died
Red
in
Fox.
1940 and are still listening.
Yeah, the funniest of the Reds was Red Fox. I mean, there was Red Skelton, Red Buttons, and a Red Fox.
You needed extra D for that.
Red Skelton didn't actually die until the late 90s, I think.
Well, when did Red Fox die? We don't know.
Is he dead too? Fuck! I have got to get a better browser.
I think Abe Lincoln is dead.
He's an explorer, huh?
Abe Lincoln's dead? What the fuck? My whole world is upside down now.
Next thing you're gonna tell me Tupac is dead too. Shit, man.
Oh, he just went home.
Oh, thank God.
You guys being best friends and all, you're gonna put together like the Wankin' Wheel comedy festival or something.
We've kicked around the idea, no pun intended.
Kicked it around.
We need a bigger van.
Yeah. This is why I can't date somebody in a wheelchair. Logistically, I can't do it. Let alone
Red
get two
Fox
of us
died
around.
in 1991.
That's also a waste of That's also a waste of parking permits. You shouldn't have more than one per vehicle. Because
in my opinion, you guys should get to park closer because nobody's gonna hit a guy in a wheelchair. You know how much damage we do to a car? You guys, on the other hand, you're just flesh bags. You guys get hit by a car, you're just done.
Look, he's talking to us like we are
Italian. You guys.
Yeah.
These guys.
These cripple elites. I'm tired of them.
These upright challenged.
It's like a gang mentality. The Crips and the Walks.
Yeah, we're comitus erectus.
Yeah.
That'll take you to the roof. I'll make sure you don't make it there. Totally different.
And Matt doesn't know what to make of that. Your mustache is getting crooked, Matt.
I know. That happens right before we get in the elevator. Now tell us a little bit stylistically. What are you a storyteller? You're a joke teller? You're a boom 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 fast worker, or and are you always clean? Those are two questions in one.
Yeah, I'm not always clean. It depends on the venue kind of thing.
I hate fucking clean comedy.
Yeah, it's
jeez.
It's not for everybody. I understand.
There's good money in it. There's good money in it.
Yeah, there is.
All right, give me a good money joke. Something that's going to make us money right now.
I didn't know I was going to be put on the spot.
It's not like you're going to move from it. Go ahead. No.
No, but I mean, I always hear about this good money in clean comedy, or there's money in clean comedy. We've never made a dime off of clean comedy on this show. Not that it happens all that often.
First of all, there's never been clean comedy on this show.
Well,
30 seconds. 30 seconds of not saying cunt does not count.
I was just trying to think.
So the two weirdest places I've ever done clean comedy. Ready for this? A Mormon church.
All right.
That was super weird. And a library.
Well, okay.
Mormon church. What did I just come back to?
You joined the cult.
No. Now, why are the Mormons have dry bar comedy out there, so that's not really that's not really unusual. But it strikes me as unusual as these guys are all polygamists.
Well, I prefer to do clean
they're
comedy.
not all polygamists. That's old order Mormon.
I prefer to do clean comedy in
mainstream Mormonism doesn't allow that anymore.
No,
Ron, that would be the only clean thing in the strip club.
Well, I mean, your clean jokes hit harder when a ball is coming out of a woman's pussy. You know, a ping pong ball.
So that's not going to make us any money, Ron. We have to.
No, I think it'll make us a lot of money. That's a skill set there.
I can't hear or see him.
Is what? What do you what? Huh?
Steven says he can't hear or see Ron.
You can't see Ron?
He's a black square.
Man, I wish I could make that happen.
No, I'm a black square because I'm not here.
Hey, hold on, let me leave and come back. It's probably me. Hold on. Jeez.
Oh, you're gonna mess up the layout again. Don't leave and come back.
Just fix it. Come on, MacGyver, fix it.
Don't worry. It's not like you're missing anything by not seeing Ron.
Yeah, you know what he looks like. He's got his foot up on the screen.
Right.
He's not missing anything.
See, that's the closest thing I get to meeting Dave Attell, and also my foot fetish fix for the day.
Well, tune into the Rev. Well, just check out his last show, and you'll get.
Yeah, because he doesn't talk about foot fetish, so he didn't talk about it last week either.
Yeah, he only about 45 minutes of foot talk. Now, because I don't understand the comedian mindset on this, the open mic stuff, doesn't it ever get old? I mean, you're in the thing 10 years, you're still hosting open mics. Don't get me wrong, I'm not being judgmental here. I just don't understand
You're being judgmental.
I am, all right. I just don't understand it because as a musician, I think that lasted about 2 weeks, and then I said, "Fuck this! I ain't going if I ain't getting paid." But comedians seem like, and I understand you need some place to work out new material and all that, and that's one thing. But I don't know. I would get really tired of working for nothing, week in, week out, year after year. I mean,
I'm not always hosting. I'm running the behind the scenes stuff, making sure, comics don't go over their time, making sure the show runs the way it's supposed to. So I'm not necessarily hosting it every month, but at the same time, I'm scouting for talent. I'm scouting for my next feature spot on a show that I may book 6 months down the line, or my next host for the next show that I may get approached about. It's also scouting about new talent too in the area.
It's such a weird business model, and I don't know how club owners. Well, I know how it started here on Long Island with the guy who just said, "There's a mic there, you want to go up, but I'm not paying you," that kind of thing. And there's enough people that want to do it, but again, I just don't understand the mindset of. I hear what you're saying, that you're scouting for talent, but in my narrow view of show business, you got to be out there working real shows as often as possible, or you're never going to be able to make a living at it unless you can get to that level where you are performing for money at least 2 or 3 times a week. I think, and I think that. I mean, we talk all the time about what making it really means. To me, bottom level of making it is being able to pay your bills with the art. So talk to me a little bit about that. I mean, frustrating or it's got to be, right? No,
it is, especially in this area, because I don't have a club that's local where I can actually go and see, shows that are being professionally produced on a weekly basis. I have to drive an hour and a half to Louisville if I wanted to see any of that. So that's
I don't have a single gig ever that is within an hour and a half. Every place is far from me, but that's because I choose to live in a place that is East Bumfuck, Montana.
I say also, Matt, you live in Long Island. Look, you live someplace that's like 100 miles long and 20 and 10 miles wide. It's
that's close. 125 miles long and like 35 miles wide. Yeah, it's close.
Is that why they call it Long Island?
That's why. They used to call it Long Island, but everybody was out with their mowers then.
I thought that was a Papoosetuck name.
Yeah, you could drive your John Deere on the expressway lawnmower. Anyway, no, but I don't know. I don't get how you can have the patience to make it in comedy. Do you guys disagree that with my premise that the bottom line of the baseline for making it is being able to pay your bills with the art that you are creating?
No, because I don't think that's ever going to happen for me. So I have to redefine what making it is. I can't call it that because that's never going to happen. I have to call making it something I can achieve.
So defeatism.
I think it's a good barometer for where you're at. I think.
Yeah,
for sure.
The D in GD stands for defeatism.
Defeatism or the handism as well.
I think if you want to make money, you just have to sell your soul.
Oh man, did Ron say something funny? I missed it.
No, he said he's going to kick your supple ass. That's what he said. Him and Mike Chavola are coming to your house. You notice Mike hasn't been here since I told him last week he was intentionally dumbing himself down. That was what it took to get him to leave.
I think he's actually been reading the 2025 Project 2025. I think that's where he's been.
So he's up to the second paragraph now.
That's still in the table of contents. That's still in the table of contents. Then
that's actually what this picture behind me is that Ron made is a picture of me fighting Mike.
He might be at one of those conservative camps trying to learn how to be a man. I don't know.
Ooh. Yeah, now we're gonna have to put on a pay-per-view. Ron against Mike Chavola. All the proceeds going to
conservative camps how to be a man. That's funny. Sorry, I'm watching a delayed feed so I could hear Ron.
Well, I get it. Watching a delayed feed. I think everything here is a delayed feed. So, Andy, you seem is this the energy you bring to the stage? Not to.
No, man, it's just early.
I know it's early in the morning. Give me your somebody bring him up on stage. This next guy, come on, bring him up on stage. One of you guys, bring him up on stage. Let's see his stage energy.
I think Steven should do it.
All right, Steven, bring him up.
Not a host. I'm terrible at hosting. I don't host.
What the excuse that is?
Because I don't host. I'm a terrible host.
You have hosted.
I have hosted, and it was horrible.
What, you're terrible? Now you're stealing GD's defeatism shtick?
I don't think he stole it. I think it's contagious.
It is contagious. I feel defeated myself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, rolling in from Southern Indiana, Northern Kentucky, not sleeping with his cousin, Andy Imlet.
Woo! Thank you. It's way too early for this shit. I'll leave you with that.
I generally open up with it. Any Nazi skinheads or Klan members in the audience? That's how I open. That's my own. You like it?
Yeah. It's matter of fact, that'll work real well in parts of
where he is.
Where you live.
We're near enough to Kentucky where he probably gets a little of that
I don't know. I think it's considerably more racist up where I am than where he is, to be honest.
Bullshit.
Really?
Bullshit.
Oh, we're gonna have a race war.
We still have the active Klan, so
no. We still have people actively flying Confederate flags in my area.
Oh shit, we got that in Maryland.
We're gonna have to interrupt this stream and put it on the pay channel here because we are about to have wheelchair wars. Come on, let's get it on. $5.95 for the first half hour.
Triple fight.
My school mascot had a Confederate flag incorporated into the mascot.
So, how many times a day do you hear the N-word? This is the test.
No, the real test is how many times a day do you say it?
every time I go to Walmart.
Do you do a shot every time you hear it?
Swear.
Now, Stephen, how many times do you hear it every day?
Not often, but I live in a brown household.
Not on the show.
So you lose, and Andy wins the racism regional racism.
Shit, I found a more racist crippled guy. Damn it! Now I'm gonna get replaced. Is this how you feel all the time, GD? No wonder you get so defensive.
I have no feelings left.
Neither do my legs. That's what I'm talking about. What the fuck, man?
I have been reamed so often, my ass has calluses.
Yeah, this year's nominee for the RRAs.
Is Ron saying something funny again? I can't hear him.
Regional Racism Award. I like it. I want to see. Hold on.
That's an AI. That's one of Ron's AI videos coming up soon. Regional Racism Awards.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm looking something up.
Okay. So Andy, now as far as
right, I'm back.
Never mind. All right.
Whose cock was that?
Not mine. My cock is not out.
Can you guys tell the difference between a cock and a hen? Just by looking at them.
Only because my brother has chickens.
I can tell you the difference, and that's because hens are the only ones that turn me on, so I know I'm not gay.
It's only because my brother has a cock. That's how I know.
You've seen your brother's cock?
Well, if I had one.
Ron talking about seeing his brother's cock?
I can't.
I saw my sister's cock.
Oh my god.
Up to it. My friend Ralph has birds, and I said, "Nice cock." He said, "That's not a cock." So I can't tell the difference by sight.
Did he then proceed to show you his cock, or no? That's not a cock. This is a cock.
Right.
That's impressive.
Well, no.
Calm down, Crocodile Dundee.
Babies are.
Well, this is we don't believe he's Italian because he brings an Irish dick with him wherever he goes. So it's just this tiny little.
Stephen, that's normal on the short bus, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does he spend most of his time engorged?
What did Rod say?
Bird flu is on the rise, by the way, for people who have been touching cows. This is just the weirdest thing. You get bird flu by touching a cow.
Only on certain parts of the cow. If you're touching the teats or the balls, then you can.
I don't know. You would think
he's milking bulls again.
Yeah, milking
Learn
bulls.
something new every day.
You would think they'd learn to stay away from that part of the cow. Then just don't touch it. But we have a fourth bird flu case in America now. RFQ is saying we should just ignore it. Just ignore it; it'll go away. Yeah, after all of us are dead.
That's how they. That's what Trump's policy on COVID was, and we saw how that turned out.
We did. I didn't see how it turned out.
Oh, did you lose your sight?
Don't spoil it for me. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
We found out we had the healthiest president ever to exist ever, and he was the most fit president ever. Ask his doctor; he'll tell you.
And he's going to live to be 210.
Are you a political guy, Andy? Are you into politics at all?
Man, a little bit, enough to know who I'm voting for and who I'm not voting for.
Oh, who are you voting for? Go ahead. You can tell us.
Let's not go there.
Oh, you're voting for Trump? You're a red hat guy?
Man, I
You
don't
can say
know,
it.
man.
We want Ron won't come to your house to fight you. We've already established what a fucking pussy he is.
You notice how Andy got real close to the camera when you asked him that? Who you voting for?
I know.
Man, I don't know.
I
just don't. God, man, don't make me talk about this.
Oh. All right. So we've figured out that Andy is a Trumper. By denial, or refusal to deny. So that's fine. Yeah. But you understand that he's going to dump you right in the ocean or throw you off the roof or whatever he's going to do. Whatever his little kink is with hurting people. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's vote for Pain on Me. Pain on Me.
To be fair, I think disabled people are fucked either way. So.
Yep, you're not wrong.
They've already dropped my disability. So
yeah, you know what? I got a thing that my Social Security, they're forcing me to take Medicare on my.
That's what mine said
birthday.
too.
And they're charging me for it. It's like, wait a minute, you're forcing it on me and charging me for it and taking it out of my Social Security. I didn't sign up for that. I don't need it. I don't want it.
Yeah, that's what they did to me too. They said, "Hey, we're switching you to Medicare Type B. We're charging you like $175. We're taking it out of your check.
174 and change. That's the same for me. Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Exactly.
I'm still as crippled. I'm still unable to work. Get me some slack, you fuckers.
Is that an old policy that just kicked in that didn't get changed, or was that something that was written into law and they said, well, we'll do this in 3 years or 2 years or 1 year?
No,
I haven't had the opportunity to make the phone call to threaten their lives yet to get to the bottom of this, but it will happen.
Waiting on hold.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it's very troubling. Somebody was talking about you pay tax your whole life on your income. Meanwhile, you're putting that money into Social Security and then they want to tax your Social Security afterwards. That's enough of a bullshit thing. But forcing you to take something and they charge you for it and take it out of your Social Security, I think we're abusing elderly people. I don't fucking care about the disabled. Fuck them.
You gotta, if you identified as a defense tracker.
You want to hear how bad Medicaid and Social Security's fucking me? My parents were getting disability for me, Social Security for me. They were getting overpaid, and the government didn't catch it until I was 19. And then they said, "Hey, we overpaid you. You have to pay us back. So we're going to take it out of your Social Security every month." So I get like $600 less every month than I'm supposed to anyway. Now they're taking another $175.
Wow.
But they overpaid your parents.
Again, I don't care. I don't care what they do to you. It's what they do to me that's important.
Why? You only have like 6 years left? I have like at least 30.
Wow. What do you
Damn,
mean?
that cuts deep.
6 years left?
I don't know. I don't know how old you are. You're my grandfather's age, so I don't know. I don't know.
Holy fuck. No, I would, you know what? I'm ready to die now. I really am.
Well, man, if you don't need that guitar over there, I'll take it off your hands.
It's not on my hands.
It will be.
Wow.
It'll be your cold, dead hands.
That one?
I don't know. I'm just playing. I have no room for another guitar.
No,
he'd have to throw away some of his dick collection to fit more guitars in his room.
They're not even occupying the same space. My dicks are up on a shelf. Thank you very much. I built shelving just for the dick. Okay.
Dick shelf.
Impressive.
You built shelves for your dicks.
Yeah, and the blow up dolls and
now, Andy, how old are you? Are you? What's your age? What's your number? How many years you've been on this planet?
I'll be 45 this fall.
All right. So you know who Monica Lewinsky is, right?
Oh
Steven
yeah,
does.
I'm well aware.
He was born too late to.
I know who Monica Lewinsky is.
She's got
I was actually in Washington, D.C. visiting when all that stuff was going down.
Wow.
Is that a blowjob joke? My God.
We're all going down when it was all going down. She just tweeted out from how does it feel to be America's blowjob queen to never lose hope in 10 years?
She's been replaced by the Hawk Tui girl, though.
I was going to say, she's been replaced. Why is she complaining? Now she's just Monica Lewinsky, ex-aide to the president. Now she's not the blowjob
She's not
chick.
complaining. She's saying, if you read the whole thing, it says, from how does it feel to be America's blowjob queen to never lose hope in 10 years? Because Vanity Fair, who did an article on her 10 years ago that said, how does it feel to be America's blowjob queen, has a new article out on her called Never Lose Hope. So she's it's about
never lose hope that she's going to see Bill Clinton's dick again, or what?
I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, the Hawk Tui girl has taken over, and she hasn't done anything significant other than talk about spitting on a dick.
Well, let's be fair too. Monica Lewinsky drives.
This is what happens when you lean into it versus denying it.
Now, Monica Lewinsky gets conservatives in an uproar because she's of legal age. That's what really bothers them.
She's like fucking grandma now. What I mean?
What did Ron say? I missed it.
She's got to be. You can't.
He said blah 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 blah.
That's so weird that you can't hear Ron. Well, basically, he said he wants to suck your cock.
Oh, well, I do declare.
But Monica Lewinsky.
Wow, Mr. Nepo, you're making me blush.
Monica Lewinsky would be like 54 years old now, right, or something.
I'm down.
That.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. At the time, she was still of age, and that drives conservatives mad. They have to be younger.
What surprises me, she's still a Bill Clinton supporter. I mean, his dick must have been fucking good or something. I don't know.
I'm so sad I can't see Ron. I'm so sad.
She was in love with the president. Come on, she was in love with him. It's kind of hard to get over your first love.
Hey, we got to do news.
Yeah, we do. We have to say goodbye to Andy. I just wanted to talk about Monica Lewinsky just for a second, because I did ask her to be on the program like 2 years ago. And I tried hard to get her to come on the program. She turned me down. She would not perform for me.
I don't blame her for not coming on the show with you. I do not blame her, because I don't think
if you would quit asking her to come on the show, that's disgusting. Yeah. Maybe if you just ask her to come for an interview.
I didn't ask her to come on the show. I asked her to be on the show. That's different.
Okay, that is different.
No, why are you asking her to pee on the show? Why are you asking her to pee on the show? That's terrible. That's a conservative thing.
All right.
Yeah, this ain't Fox News. Andy, it was good seeing you, brother.
To plug? Do you have anything? Let me show your little Facebook there. Andy's comedy, whatever. Palsy Positive. It's facebook.com/Palsy Positive. Everybody but Ron, who doesn't have Facebook, can go there. And
now, have you thought about putting an M in there between the L and the S, just to what's the OnlyFans?
Palmsy?
Yeah. Just so
Palmsy
so
Positive.
Get a bigger audience. So you can get a bigger audience.
That's his OnlyFans channel, but he hasn't announced.
That's what I'm saying.
Me and Steven got to start this website called Only Crips, where you can go see disabled people naked.
Actually, I was going to call it Only Vans.
Oh, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
Instead of OnlyFans, yeah.
That would be all right.
And instead of the Bang Bus, it'll be the Bang Short Bus, and then yeah,
free crayons,
lots of room for activities.
Right? So this is what you mean by clean comedy?
No.
When you
it's
bleach
clean.
down
We wear protection.
All right.
Or without a tarp.
Yeah. Anything other than the Facebook page you want to promote, Andy? Let people know about?
Facebook page, and then I've got a website too, palsypositive.com, for anybody that still likes web pages.
All right. Well, you stay positive, and I don't mean palsy positive. I just mean stay positive outlook.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a good day. Bye for now. Andy Imlay, folks. Steven, if you want to try to go out so you can hear and see Ron again and make yourself happy, you could be happy. What the fuck?
Why do you do that?
I don't know. I'm not doing anything.
Did he kick himself out?
Yeah, well, he's trying to. He wants to reboot so he could indulge in Ron. He wants to indulge in the Ronness of Ron.
Of course.
Yay!
You can indulge in the Ronness of Ron now.
Yay! Right. My cane fixed, dog.
Let's indulge in some news so that GD can get pissed off all over again.
I was about to say, are they going to do it right this fucking time?
Russian forces reported the capture of a district in the strategic hilltop town of Chasiv Yar near Bakhmut in eastern Ukraine, where Moscow has been advancing for months.
Moscow's announcement followed Kyiv's report of Russian strikes on Dnipro, resulting in 5 deaths and nearly 36 injuries, including a 14-year-old girl. The Russian Defense Ministry stated its troops had liberated the Novi district of Chasiv Yar, though it was unclear if this meant crossing a canal running through the town's eastern section. Benjamin Wright reporting.
The head of a conservative think tank is coordinating plans for a significant federal government overhaul in the event of a Republican presidential victory.
He described the situation as a second American Revolution that will remain bloodless if the left allows it to be. Heritage Foundation. President Kevin Roberts made these remarks on Steve Bannon's War Room podcast, asserting that Republicans are in the process of taking this country back. Kevin Sanders reporting.
Israel has sanctioned the largest land seizure in the occupied West Bank in over 3 decades, according to a settlement monitoring group.
This action is expected to exacerbate the already high tensions related to the Gaza conflict. Israel's aggressive West Bank expansion underscores the settler community's significant influence in Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government, which is the most religious and nationalist in Israel's history. Joseph Eckerson reporting.
An Italian appeals court upheld the convictions of 2 American men for the murder of an Italian plainclothes police officer.
This occurred during a failed sting operation, but their sentences were reduced. The new trial followed the annulment of their original convictions by Italy's highest court. The court sentenced Finnegan Lee Elder to 15 years and 2 months in prison, and Gabrielle Natal Hjorth to 11 years. Liam White reporting.
Dig the music.
This is the latest news headlines.
Not really the latest.
The 4th human case of bird flu linked to the current dairy cow outbreak was confirmed in a dairy worker in Colorado, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Previously, 1 human case had been reported in Texas and 2 in Michigan. As with the previous cases, the infected individual is a dairy farm worker who had contact with cows testing positive for the H5N1 strain of bird flu or avian influenza. Paul Gomez reporting.
A 2-year-old boy was found dead last Tuesday evening inside a hot car in Cobb County, Georgia, officials reported, marking the 6th hot car-related death in 2024.
According to the Cobb County Police Department, the child was discovered unresponsive in a parked vehicle at approximately 5:36 p.m. He was transported to Kennestone Hospital, where he was pronounced dead, police said. This is one example of some things that can go wrong, but there are others.
All right. First of all, I don't know, is this a coincidence? Or that it seems like they said this is what the 6th hot car death?
Yeah.
And it just started in June or July? Well, I don't even get this. They don't report these things in January and February. So what the fuck is up with these people?
It's an example of something that could go wrong, but not the only thing that could go wrong. It's obviously, we could have a nuclear war that could go wrong, but I don't know what could be a worse outcome. Or what else could go wrong with leaving a child in a hot car with the windows up? I mean, give me an example of something else that could go wrong.
Well, instead of the child dying, they survive, but they're brain dead, and you have to take care of them for the rest of your life.
You could leave canned goods in the car, get in the car while it's hot, and they could explode, hit you in the head, and kill you.
But somebody could.
You can have milk in the car, and the milk bottle explodes, and then the milk gets sour, and you never get that smell out of your car.
That's way worse than dead kid smell.
Or you could get bird flu from a dairy cow.
And you never get that out of the car either.
Right.
It's true. I think it's just, I don't understand how you can have a kid and then be so oblivious to leave them in the car like that. It just blows my mind.
They never wanted the kid. They never cared about the kid. It's your fucking kid. You got pregnant. Whatever.
What's that rotting smell coming from?
You made me take the kid to the store. I don't even like that fucking kid. I hate kids. That's
Don't
the
get
attitude.
it.
I know. It's a sad, obviously a tragedy for somebody, or maybe not.
I don't know if it were a situation where I had to take the kid to work with me, I wouldn't leave the kid in the car. I would bring the kid into my job with me unless I worked in a car. But other than that, I'd bring the kid into my office and do it there. They'd have to send me home or something, but I'm not leaving my kid in the car.
Calm down, Casey Anthony. Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not leaving my kid in the car. I'm taking my kid into work with me.
Yeah. I took my kid to a lot of places I should not have taken my kid to.
But you were in the mafia.
Right.
Yeah, that's
my father
that's
took
just
me to
family
places
business at that point.
Yeah.
Your dad was taking you to watch him have sex.
Not watch. Not watch.
Not watch. Just be accompanied to.
I heard it. I did not see it. But then bullets flying past my head at 5 years old is not exactly the kind of.
I'm talking about you watching him have sex. I'm talking about that.
Oh no, he didn't take me.
Either way, Matt's dad was like, here's an umbrella for the back spray, regardless if it was sex or whacking somebody.
Steven, Ron's lips were moving. I was talking. I forget what I was saying. Oh, I climbed up to the window. He didn't even know I was watching. The woman knew I was watching. My dad didn't know I was even there. That was the fun, because she saw me. She saw me peeping into the window. She saw me seeing my father nail her, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to put on a show for the kid."
Now,
my father was just preoccupied. He was taking care of business.
Do you think if your father saw you that he would lose his erection, or do you
absolutely
think
he would have came out and read the riot act to me, like, "What the fuck are you doing, climbing up, looking in the window? You ba ba boom, bada beam."
And he wouldn't have done that and still maintained his erection. He would have lost it.
He said, "Look at you! You got to get up close and bada boom."
You're a teacher, and I find you attractive.
I like to picture Matt's life is narrated like a comic book, but with the Italian sounds instead of boom, pow, bang. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. That's if Batman were Italian, instead of saying pow, bang, it would say bada boom, bada bing.
I don't appreciate this ethnic slurs towards my people, my former people.
Italian
Batman.
Batman. Hey, Robin, what's the matter for you, Robin?
Unlike Dracula, this Batman's.
What's the matter for you, Batman?
Now, let me ask you a question. When you say Robin, we're talking about the bird, not Batman and Robin. When you say Robin, do you feel compelled to say Robin Redbreast?
No, I think they know which ones they are.
My wife last night, in the space of like 5 minutes, said the words Robin Redbreast like 4 times.
Is that a condition? Robin? No.
I was kind of laughing about it. She didn't understand what I was laughing at. Like, what? You had to say Robin, yeah, go full Redbreast on them. But her thing was, the birds, all the birds eat from the bird feeder except the Robin Redbreast. They have to eat it off the ground. They won't go up to the bird feeder. I was like, well, do they know something? But the idea that she feels like compelled to say Redbreast after, like, just say Robin, then nobody's going to get offended. There's not like the PC police are not going to get all. We're not there yet where you have to go full.
Do you have other Robins that don't have red breasts?
No.
Like Robin yellow breasts, Robin black breasts.
All the Robins have red breasts, as far as I can tell.
Does Italian Batman, instead of having a bat signal in the sky, just have his mother screaming out the window?
We moved on past that supple joke. You guys, once you get into something, you just feel like a pit bull on your little comedy routines here. You don't let go. Anyway, Michel Neret actually has shown up this time. He probably doesn't even know that he didn't show up. I'm going to give him credit to saying that all the mail I was sending him went to his spam mail and he never saw it. But
now, how much time do we get to deride him for the last time he didn't show up? I just need to know.
You can take 30, I would say 30 seconds each is enough. No, you think that's not fair? You think?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Now, are we? You know, I just want to know how far we can take it.
Ron's gonna speak.
Oh, go ahead, Ron.
Wait, no, Ron's not going to speak. He just went.
Oh, dang it! I got excited.
I think he was trying to catch a fly. He does that sometimes. The frog in him comes out.
Oh, FYI, just this is totally selfish, and I just want to bring my wife wants me to start doing bachelorette parties with the games that I'm developing for the. Is that Michelle?
I don't know what Ron was up to. He was trying to catch a fly, and this is what he came up with. What are we looking at here, Mr.
I think that's Michelle with scissors. Michelle running with scissors.
No.
It's just a random picture that I found that's going to have some use.
Wow, you have really gone off the deep end. I think next time I play a facility, I'm taking you with me and leaving.
I don't think Facebook actually froze his account. I think they did an intervention.
Absolutely. What? Did it go really bad last night at Mr. Tongue? What happened? Did you have a brain seizure? What the fuck did we just look at?
That might wind up in the bucket show.
All right.
That might end up in my fucking nightmares. Is where that's going to end up. Jesus Christ, that's horrible.
All right. Growing up in Montreal and born to immigrant parents who came from opposite sides of the globe, I thought the Earth was flat. It's a globe. Uh-oh. Michel found music to be his own one truly unifying theme of his life. Listening to Michel's playlist of influences is like island hopping across the world through the ages without ever getting stuck in a single place of time. He's here now, and it's good to meet Michel Nere. Am I pronouncing your last name right, Nere?
You're doing awesome. You know, it's a made-up name, so who cares? You could pronounce it almost any way you want.
Oh, cool.
How about quantum? Could we pronounce
quantum work? Hey,
Okay.
listen, where did you find that picture of me with scissors?
Ron has
I thought I asked internet to, Google to delete and scrub all versions of that, but you found
It looked like an AI thing. It looked like he actually went to one of those AI and threw your actual portrait in there and said, "Let me see this guy with scissors and no shirt on."
Yeah,
is that what happened, Ron?
It brought back memories. That's all I could say.
Yeah.
Yep, you caught me.
Now, as far as being, are you an official member of the Bald Musicians Union? Because I don't remember seeing you at any of the meetings.
Well, they keep sending me emails, but I don't get them.
I don't get them either. I don't get them. I receive them. I just don't get them.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell us a little bit about your career. You started as a songwriter, starting as a cover artist. How did it begin for you?
No, I've never been a cover artist.
Never been a cover artist, but you're influenced by a lot of different people. I mean, if I could listen,
a lot of different people. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to ask this. This is really going to bug me.
Okay.
And right above I guess it's your right shoulder. That monitor there, is that?
Yeah. You caught it.
Yes. How could I not catch it? It's sticking out like a sore monitor.
Yeah.
Is that an Apple II?
It's the original Mac. The original Macintosh.
Very nice. Very
Actually,
nice.
that's not strictly true. The original was a 128. This is a 512.
Right.
Damn, that's
baller status. Okay.
Yeah.
And the resolution. I'm trying to remember the resolution of those monitors.
3.
I don't think they had a resolution at the time. It was not color.
When New Year's came, they had one.
Yeah. If I had a floppy disk, I'd try putting it in, but I lost.
Yeah, I got to. How old I have? No, but that's Mac. My floppy disks are from Windows. They wouldn't. It's not compatible. I don't.
Yeah,
think.
actually, it's not the floppy disk. It's the little hard one, square one. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
right.
The 3.5-inch hard floppy.
Right.
It's not all that floppy, but
not all that floppy. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like a floppy with Viagra.
So have you ever
I knew that was
you've
coming.
never been a cover artist. Have you ever covered anybody's songs at all though? I mean,
oh yeah. I do that once in a while, but the way when I go to gigs, I say you realize I do a lot of originals, right? Because that kind of gets me
lose a bunch of gigs, and that's fine with me. I figure just about anybody could do a cover better than I can, but not that many people could do my songs better than I can.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I tried doing your songs better than you, and I couldn't even do them as well as I play my own. So I gave up.
Well,
you know what? I could coach you on that. So, eventually it would work.
You give lessons? Do you give lessons on how to play your songs?
Yeah, I send you to the Spotify link and I say, here, play this 5 million times.
Great. We had the Spotify link. We have the link to your homepage there, but the link to the Spotify page is on your homepage, right?
Yeah. Wait, what is the link to my home? There we go. I got it.
Yeah. So, and it's in the description, so people can click on it. Now, as far as the ability to actually get out and perform original music, is there a scene for that in Montreal? Because here now people have argued with me that Brooklyn is there's a happening original music scene. I don't see it, but is there a scene in Montreal?
Well, first of all, I'm in Toronto.
But I thought you were in Montreal. Why did I think
I was born
up in Montreal.
I call Toronto my home now. I think a lot of the big cities are the same. There's so many musicians, and every bar wants a cover artist. And they're amazing musicians everywhere. The bigger cities kind of like they treat musicians not as well and all that. Are you finding that in Brooklyn as well, or New York?
In Brooklyn, they actually pay. In Manhattan, in New York City, I don't think anybody, unless you're doing like a private event or if you're like a superstar or something playing Madison Square Garden, the clubs don't pay musicians. It's like they treat you like comedians, like so disrespectful. Like you might as well just tell jokes.
I have a business question, and as far as bars go, because if you're doing covers, do bars have to pay the ASCAP fee or whatever it is?
Yeah.
And if you're doing originals, they don't have to pay it. So isn't that cheaper for them?
A bar is going to be in Canada. There's SOCAN that's affiliated with ASCAP and all that stuff. So it's they pay a fee, an annual fee, and it just covers them for everybody, for everything.
Okay, so it doesn't
Stop
make them
being
any
such
different.
a narc. I'm gonna have to have you meet Matt on the roof after the show.
It's not narking, it's questioning. I just, because I know when I do jokes, if I cover another comedian's jokes, I have to pay for it.
No, you don't.
Everybody
knows
that,
you're
Carlos.
No, I do pay. They call me a thief.
You only have to pay for it in the afterlife.
Well, here's the thing. Here on Long Island, it's like the mafia. The ASCAP and CCAP and BMI people come around in like dark suits. They want to the manager here, and then they take them out back and they rough them up. It's seriously a mafia operation. And if like with me, I am in BMI published, and BMI is my rights people. Even if I perform original music, they want to take a cut of that or take it from the bar, and the bar considers that. Take that out of my pay type of thing. And some bars get away with never getting a visit from these guys, and some don't. It's just a weird thing. That's why we don't, what they're selective about who they go and like. We lost money, and I think they pick it out by who can we intimidate to actually pay, because some people just never do. But that's a sore subject. Don't ever talk about that again on this program, please.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
not all that different up here.
Yeah. So we'll do it hypotheticals then. So I'm talking hypotheticals.
Hypothetically, if you were living in the Ukraine and you were playing in a bar.
Wait a minute, they still have bars that haven't been blown up by the Russians in Ukraine?
Yeah, Louis C.K. is performing at one tonight.
It won't be there. It won't be there when he's done.
No. So now in the business of music, because the music business is just completely changed, where even household names are not some household names. I mean, obviously Taylor Swift is making billions, but people you've heard of and on the radio all the time struggle to make a living with recording profits, making money off their music. People download it and share it and all that kind of stuff. What is it? Is that a consideration, or you just you're just doing it for the art, and if you can make a few shekels here and there, that's a bonus. What is your, I don't know, business model?
Well, there is no business model.
There is no business model. Well, Carl Hitchborn would argue that there is. A guy who he's been on the program a couple of times and he's going to come on again. He has a course about how to monetize your art without selling your soul and without really dealing with the record labels, or if they're still record labels, I don't know what the fuck that means, but a way to actually monetize your music with a very small but dedicated following. It seems to work for. There are testimonials of people I know who have done his system, and they're making money off their music. Not they're not getting rich, but they're paying their bills, and I think that's to me, I kind of discussed this morning. To me, that's the baseline of what I consider making it. You don't even care about that?
Yeah, of course I care. Yeah, well, listen, I'd be lying if I said I figured it out. I haven't figured it out yet. It ain't the streaming. It's not streaming, but you kind of need it. It's kind of, I don't know. I think it's a fool's game. It's, you need the streaming to get the gigs. So you're giving away the streaming to get gigs that you're not getting paid for, so that you could get more streaming. But well, ultimately, it's still about fans. How many fans or people following you could get, and that just takes time. Ultimately, that's what it is. No matter what you do, that's what you got to focus on.
I'm going to oversimplify the Carl Hitchborn method here, and this is way simplifying. But basically, what it is subscribe. Get it. It's almost like a fans only type of thing, but it's a Patreon or whatever pay per subscription model. If you can get 1,000 fans at $10 each a month, then you have 10,000 people. $10,000 a month, which is a nice income for an independent musician if that's all you're doing. And he has a system that he develops that people swear by, that actually helps him get to that point. Obviously, it's not a quick thing where you don't start out the next day with 1,000 fans paying $10 each, but that's the model, and it's working for some people.
Yeah, I mean, anything will. My opinion, I've seen a lot of trainers train all kinds of things, and it's always like the 2%. It's like multi-level marketing, right? 2% of the people really make it, and 98% of the people don't. I know lots of people who have tried Patreon and they don't do it anymore. And they're not doing it because it's working for them.
Right. They're doing it because they got 4 subscribers at $1 a month.
Right.
And
they're spending 18 hours a day feeding content and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm sure it works for some people.
Right.
Now, Michelle, you have a publicist?
I did.
Oh.
No.
Well, somebody who booked you on the show.
Bianca.
Yeah. She's not a publicist. What is she?
Well, yeah, she's kind of a publicist. She's just helping me, literally book gigs and do stuff. And
good for her. Well,
my follow-up question is, because which is better to have if you're in the business of entertainment? Is it better to have an agent, a manager, a publicist, or a therapist?
Therapist. I will answer that for you.
Oh. Okay. You're not the guest, Matt. He's the guest.
No, but he might give you a different answer, and I just want to. That's a.
You just want to give me the correct answer, regardless of what he says. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on that? Seriously.
Seriously?
Do you have a booking? Do you have a booking agent, or you book all your?
I see Bianca as my booking agent right now, but I think you got to do a lot of these things yourself, and as a comedian as well, right? Who's going to book gigs for you if you don't hustle?
Yeah. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, see, I had for 35 years had several booking agents working in my corner, and COVID killed 3 of them, and I became completely dependent. I hadn't made a phone call or reached out to book a gig up until 2021 when people started dying. I mean, 3 booking agents died of COVID, and I was like, wow. I still have a couple left, but people out there working for me. But it was a shock to me to say, wait a minute, I got to do this myself again. I haven't done it. I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know what to say anymore. It's been so long. So there's that. But it is, and you do have to do a lot of the work yourself, and that takes away. Does it steal your creative energy from writing and recording?
Yeah, of course it does. I mean, yeah, but you know, you're not going to spend your entire day writing and recording anyway. So if every day I devote like an hour, and it's going to be something. It's either going to be sending out a newsletter, so I have a good newsletter list, or it's going to be making a couple of or targeted emails to venues that I want to play at. You know, it's or phone calls. It's going to be stuff like that. You know, it's the best. I'll tell you something. The best thing that I've ever done. Where is it? Here it is. Hang on.
Look at all those guitars, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're down here. I hide them from my wife.
Why she would touch them, or you know, because some people don't like people touching their things.
No,
I go the other way. Yeah. I leave my wife in the basement and hide them from the guitars.
Yeah. But you've got chains in the basement, and I don't.
That's true.
That is true.
Here, this thing. This is the best promotional tool I've ever done. You know what it is?
Coasters? It's a coaster?
It's a magic beer coaster.
What do you mean magic? What's the magic part of it?
Because it works for beer, but it also works for bourbon.
Oh,
wow! So it's trans.
It's a trans.
It's a trans coaster.
It's fairly supple.
I'm going to use that. I'll pay for it in the afterlife. I promise. I'm going to use that.
Fairly supple.
No, seriously, I drop this off at clubs and venues that I want to be at, and
fucking A, that is a little bit of marketing genius there. I have to say that is a good idea. I might have to steal that.
You don't steal them. If you steal them, they're going to have his name on your coasters. You have to have yours made, Matt.
Yeah, he's mad. I'm okay if he wants to use my coasters.
Okay,
I mean, you all look alike. It's fine.
I just got to address this. Ian says, I think you just had old, decrepit, sickly booking agents. Not true. Not true. They were probably younger than you.
They were young and supple.
One of them was heavy and had diabetes. So that.
So that's sickly.
Yeah, one of them. But I said 3 of them died. One of them had issues that were led to his death.
So Michelle, I see all these stringed instruments back there. Do you have a dobro there? And also in Canada, do y'all say dobro or dobra? Because down here we call them bras. You know, we don't say bro.
No, it's a dobro.
Oh, okay.
And a banjo, right? Is that a banjo?
It's a banjo uke.
A banjo
What'd you call
uke.
me?
Two of the most annoying instruments combined into one. Could you possibly add like a little bagpipes into that?
I was about to go there. Oh, damn it. Old people with the same sense of humor should not be in the same room.
Yeah, no. I don't ever say I have the same sense of humor as you. I will kill myself on camera.
It's too late. It's recorded.
All right.
Imagine the views.
So do you play all those instruments like daily? I mean, regularly on a regular basis? Is the uke something you just bought? The banjo uke, something you just bought for a particular song you wanted to record it? You wanted it on, or do you actually practice it and write with it?
I doubt it's regular basis. Those are all guitars.
They're all guitars. Yeah. So I did get it for a specific song, and then I decided I really liked it for a bunch of songs, but when I go to gigs, I don't usually bring it. I I actually bring my Rezo uke.
Rezo uke.
Okay.
That one.
All
That's
right.
something I have to confess I have not heard of a Rezo uke.
Well, think about it and get back to us. All right.
Yeah.
No.
I actually really love that instrument. And it's become, when I'm not playing guitar, I'm playing that thing.
Would you mind? Do you mind taking it off the wall and giving it a close up, having it at Cecil B. DeMille moment?
You don't have to take orders from him. He takes orders from us.
No, I said, do you mind? I wasn't. Wow. Okay.
Well, you didn't say it in the right way. Now, let me ask you about this. Is it tuned the same way a uke would be?
Yeah.
Well,
so I'll tell you. Your annoying comment.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that.
So
Wasn't that long
you're
ago.
right. Most ukes are annoying. You're right.
I know.
And that's why
I'm always right.
Well, not always. I read on the internet once in 1963, you made a mistake. Yeah,
that's right.
That was being born.
63? Wow.
No, you weren't born then. That's when you realized you've made that mistake.
Okay. Continue.
So I love this, but so most ukes, they have a high G. It's like that's how most ukes are tuned, and I tune all my ukes to be a low G, and that this one seems to remove some of the annoyingness that you're used to hearing with ukes.
Yeah, I saw a woman who was like a Tommy Emmanuel virtuoso on a ukulele, and it blew me away. I mean, there are people who can make them not annoying. It's all in the player, I think. The annoying part of it is people who don't know how to play it or just want to do that little Hawaiian strum along.
Yeah,
and
it's
sing
the
along.
Hawaiian thing, and that high E, high G makes it really, yeah. So it's okay for a couple of songs, but more than that, I think it's just too much. But I
don't hear a resonator function. I mean, I'm not hearing it.
Yeah.
Like
Here, listen.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now compare that to this one. This one's probably way out of tune.
Yeah.
So that's this sounds more like a nylon stringed instrument.
Now, when you perform with a trio, right? The Jacques Russell, like Zach Russell, trio, right?
Yeah, but not always.
Not always.
I started, but here's Jacques.
Yeah, that's kind of like the French Jacques.
Right.
Does he bark in French? Does he bark in French?
He barks in French. Jacques Roussel.
Yeah.
If you want to say it right.
Right.
Yeah, Jacques Roussel. He's a good guy. He comes with me on most of my gigs.
Roussel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, do you do more with a trio or a solo?
No, now I do more solo or as a duo with Brianna Goldberg, who I love to perform with. She's an amazing guitar player, amazing singer, great harmonizer, and
is this the same Brianna that does the publicist work?
No, different.
Oh, okay,
different. That's Bianca. This is Brianna.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I get my B words mixed up. Ask my wife. I've called her the wrong B word many times.
Oh man, yeah. And then she puts you in the basement.
Oh yeah, another B word.
Yeah.
With the recording stuff, now you record at home, right?
No.
I'm assuming.
No.
Really?
That's the thing I went all out on, and I worked with an amazing producer, Kevin Howley. Was with a great band called Running Red Lights. Look them up. They're really, really good. He's an amazing producer. He's a drummer. Well, it's like most producers these days. He plays everything.
So let's talk to me about this process. So you go into a recording. So do you do demos at home to take to them, or you just going fresh, just playing the song for the producer? And what is your methodology there?
Well, yeah, I'll do a very, very rough demo, send it to them, and then we get together. Sometimes we workshop it. Sometimes we don't. And then we lay down a better demo that we then create. Then I'll go into his studio and put down a click track, and then layer in all the pieces.
That is, to me, the right way to do things. Yeah. Yesterday we had a guy on who does everything in its own little home studio that basically it's like a room like this, and it was really professional sounding. But I find that to be the rare exception. I know when I do stuff in this room, and I've been producing for 35, 40 years. It just sounds like a demo. It just doesn't sound like a professional product. And I think, but a lot of people don't realize that. And this is why we have 8 billion titles on Spotify, is people doing stuff in their home, putting it out. It really should just be a demo. And now it's official product that's out there and flooding.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you know what you're doing and you have the gear and you have real, condenser microphones and the right one for the guitar and the right one for the vocals, and you have an isolating room, or so, if you can do all that stuff at home and it sounds amazing, and it'll work. But most people don't, and you could tell the difference. Just it's lacking in the top end, or just lacking the clarity in the bass and all of that stuff. And
it's
you hear the dog barking in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Dog barking. But it's more than that. I think when you try to do it all yourself, unless you're, unless you're Prince, you're not getting the benefit of the collaboration and the fusion of creativity of a bunch of people coming together.
I thought that's what drugs are for. I thought drugs were to replace your friends. That's what. So when you didn't have people to play with,
your demo sounds good enough to be real product. That's where the drugs come in.
That's where the drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some truth to that too as well. But I think probably even Prince or people like that, they definitely had some extra ears to bounce stuff off. I agree. If you're trying to do it all yourself, I think most of them fall apart in vocal music, on the vocal mixes and stuff. The vocals or just don't sound like they're in the same container as the rest of the music. They feel separate. They feel overdubbed and all that kind of stuff.
I just have to say, I think if you're Prince though, if I were to do it, Prince would do it, and I asked somebody for their opinion, they would look at me. I think that sucks. I think no matter what it did, they would all say, "Well, Mr. Prince, that sounds great. Really, you should release that. That sounds wonderful." So I don't think I think he'd have more yes men than I would.
I think somebody is cashing in on your Wi-Fi and watching porn or something. Just now, you had like a, I don't know, a technical glitch.
Oh, that's my fault. I shouldn't have been moving my head when I was talking.
Oh.
my hair picks up the other frequencies.
Overwhelms your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So now. The other part of that is the mastering. You talk about final mixes, but a lot of people don't even know what mastering is, and it's a thing too many people just bypass and just put it on Spotify or these streaming services without ever having it mastered. Which yesterday I was really surprised that this guy was doing it all by himself. Nobody else working with him at all, and had a really, really professional sounding product. It's just a rare exception. Back to the writing before you even record it. Now, of course, we talked about the wide variety of influences you have. Do you in the writing? Do you recognize that influence as it's coming out, and do you intentionally go with it, or do you try not to be let your influence show on a given song?
Well, I don't mind letting my influences show, but I don't think they show. And I don't think they show because I just draw from so much that that when it comes together, I know it's in there. In fact, I got to tell you, it's weird. It's like I was putting together a list of my influences just for fun. You know what? It was in a book I read. And in fact, it was a woman. I can't remember her name, but she wrote a book. She was one of the engineers, the lead engineer for Prince, as it turns out. It's a great book. It's a great book. I recommend this to everybody interested in music. And
if only you can remember the name of it, so you could tell us what it is.
I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you. I got it somewhere. Hang on a second. Hang on.
Well, don't think about it. Just let your brain wander into something else. It'll come to you. At least that's what I tell my wife when we're having sex. Let's just let your brain wander and just something else and on to you.
All right. No, I got it. Okay,
See?
I got it. The book is called "This Is What It Sounds Like."
From Susan Rogers.
You got it. Great book. Great book. And in that book, she recommends putting together what's called an album pull. List all the albums that have been influential in your life. And I started, that really made me think. And then I thought, holy shit, 4 of the songs I think in my set came from an artist that I didn't even think about much for last 20 years. But there they are. So it was really interesting. So I do hear those influences come out, not in terms of a sound, not in terms of it's kind of like more like a genre. It's got a little bit of jambalaya in there. It's got a little bit of African rhythm in there. It's got a little bit of jazz in there. But I don't think anybody would, it's got a little bit of, pop punk in there. That's like the last single that I released last month, called Cobweb in the Corner. It's a little bit different from anything else that I've written before. And then I thought, holy shit, that's a little bit, well, it's kind of not enough. Like if I tell you, oh God, that's a little bit like XTC or Talking Heads or whatever. And you wouldn't hear that. You wouldn't see that because it's I think
but is it like XTC or Dukes of the Stratosphere? Which that's sorry. What?
You can just ignore him if you want.
No, you can't. You can't ignore me. I'm part of the.
I'll hit the mute button if you want. Is that a good thing? Is having a lot of influences? I think you probably, as an artist, want to have a lot of influences. But as far as gaining a loyal fan base, because I think, and maybe this is just the old man in me, I think with younger generations now and young people who are actively seeking out, finding new music, they want cookie cutter. Everything seems to be very similar sounding, like it's all off of one basic idea. And I think they reject too many different flavors within a given catalog of music. Do you have an opinion on it?
I've heard that, and in classic marketing, you talk about niche and all that. But I also believe, and this is I have no scientific basis for this. It's just what I want to believe, that you do what you do, and you will attract the people who like it. And hopefully, if you put it out there enough, you'll attract enough people who like it to grow a following.
I hear, and I hope you're right about that. And I've kind of lived with that, not all that successfully my whole life as a writer and original artist. Not been like major success with that. I bought 3 houses and have paid for families along the way, but I've never.
And he owns 6 slaves.
What was that?
Oh my God, GD. Jesus Christ.
That's it. And he owns 6 slaves.
Like, what?
Oh, 7.
Sorry. Damn it. I forgot
Anyway,
about the new guy.
But I feel like we're living in a time where the algorithms punish you for that. Because the algorithms that are out there that are going to, they have to work for you or they'll work against you. They will hide you if they feel like they can't define you. They really want to be able to, more so than any Madison Avenue executive ever wanted to. They want to put you in a box so that it's the minute somebody says, I want R&B, they know that you fall into that. Or if they say folk, and if you, God forbid, you have folk and hip hop influences in your work, they're like, what the fuck are you? We don't know what you are, so we're going to just ignore you completely. I don't know. I hope you're right.
So that's true. And you got to take my comment with a little bit of, rational analysis on it. I'm not suggesting you go as far as, folk and hip hop. Although if you mix the two in an interesting way, I guarantee you're going to get some ears perking up.
Yeah.
It's, that's true. I found a country metal song that's pretty good, to be honest with you.
What's the title?
I don't know names of songs. That's not how my brain works.
Right,
I can find
What's the chords? What chords do they use?
Yeah, get out of my room.
No. What key is it?
I'm not a magician. I don't know music. I'm not a magician, homie. Calm down.
All right. Now, writing process. Are you? Because I'm really interested in hearing the different ways people go about writing songs, creating songs. Some people are lyrics first. Some people it's different every time. How do songs, where they come from for you?
Yeah, that's a tough one. And I used to say I don't know, but I do know now because I've really looked back and I see a pattern. Now it doesn't fit 100%. You got to remember that I am an ad guy. I've spent most of my life in advertising. I'm a copywriter. I write headlines. I write taglines. I'm also a motivational speaker. So I think a lot about how do you phrase things in a way that strikes people. So 90% of my songs start with the hook. And it will either be the opening line, in which case I say, oh, I know where this has to go. Or it'll be the chorus. So I say, oh, I know what has to happen to build to this endpoint.
Yeah.
And I think I'm lucky that way because it is the hooky part. And then I'll struggle and say I'll fool around, I'll noodle on the guitar or when I'm stuck on the guitar, I go back to the ukulele because the chord shapes and the chords are so simple. I'm not going to get all wrapped up with the minor ninth add 7.
Yeah.
You can't do that. So just keep it simple and just work out the melody. And I was a singer before I was a guitar player. So very often it'll go from that hooky lyric to the melody to then work out the rest of it. Now working out the rest of it makes it sound easy, but you know it as well as anybody else. That's where the work happens because But once I establish a pattern, and sometimes it'll take me days to figure out the pattern of the verse or the pattern of the chorus. Once I have that pattern, then I'm like, a dog on a bone. And I'll sit there and I will write and overwrite and I'll write extra verses and and all to fit that pattern, because now you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now, do you write better sad or happy? You know, 'cause some people, you know, 'cause some people, like when they get depressed, they just pour it's just like every feeling just comes out, or they're happy and they're like, I can't do this, I can't express happiness, but I can express sadness and grief. So
yeah, I think I'm not exclusive either way. Yeah, I'm not exclusive. I believe, and this is a theme in almost everything that I do, including my marketing. But you know, people respond to problems, but that doesn't mean it has to be sad. You know, sometimes I've written songs that I think are sad, and I played for Brianna, and I said, I think I wrote the saddest song I've ever written, which is the one coming out next month, by the way. That wasn't an intentional plug. It just came out. I promise.
No, that's fine.
I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear that your saddest song is coming out.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sad to hear you're happy.
I came to Brianna and I said, I think I wrote the saddest song I've ever written, and she listened to it. She said, "Oh, that's beautiful. That's not sad at all. That's amazing. That is so beautiful." I said, "Oh, okay. I will never say it's a sad song ever again."
Wow.
But yeah.
For me, you know what? I hear what you're saying. When I talk to people who never written songs and want to know how do you go about writing songs, I basically say what your method is basically find your hook, find your chorus line, and write around that. Just start with an idea, come up with at least what the song is about, or it's good to have the actual hook line if you can come up with that, or the title of the song, and then work from that. It's, you know, especially if you've never written a song before. I think I went through a period where I was like a male Taylor Swift, where I would
wear tights and tassels.
Well, that too.
Slept
But
with an NFL
I would get into
in the basement.
Right. I would get into relationships and just break up just so I'd have shit to write about.
How many football players did you date?
Terrible.
The whole team, all at once.
I knew it.
Then I got to a point where I would write about everything and everybody in my life, whether it was like, you know, relationship stuff or just a band member that was pissing me off, and all that kind of stuff. And then everybody was like afraid to even engage with me on any level because they know I was going to write a song about them, and sometimes it would be not flattering to them. But I like your idea about process. What's interesting is you said you were a singer before you were a guitar player. Now you have like a guitar addiction, it seems like. How old were you when you started to play guitar?
Yeah, I don't answer that question.
Oh,
okay, and then how many do you have as many
voices? Call the Secret Service.
Do you have as many voices as you have guitars?
Yeah, I got a few different voices. But that's what.
Were you a trained singer?
Yeah. Well, trained. I didn't go to Juilliard and study opera, although I did do Italian aria in my 30s. But yeah, I mean, I really did study vocals.
So how do you take care of your throat, your instrument?
Very little alcohol.
Oh, that lets me out. Go ahead. No.
Throat coat tea, plenty of sleep, you know, all the usual stuff. And
lemonade?
No lemonade. And I don't warm up my voice as much as other people say I should. I don't do that. But yeah, so I'm comfortable with my vocals. I think that's what gave me the right to be on stage in the first place.
Yeah.
And then I became a barely competent enough guitar player to accompany myself. So that's it.
So what song, if you're, you turn on the radio, you're driving in the car, you turn on the radio, what song do you love to sing so much that even after you get to your destination, you have to sit there and finish singing the song before you get out the car?
Well, it's funny. So when I go to a speaking gig, I would warm up my voice in the car, and I'd have Bruce Springsteen. I mean, Rihanna came on, and you know what's that song about sticks and stones and all that stuff. I'm singing that one at the top of my lungs, and you know the driver next to me and going, "What?"
Motivational speaking is interesting stuff. Did you incorporate any of? Because I do quite a bit of corporate gigs, and sometimes they hire me with a motivational speaker. There have been times where I have gone up there and told, you know, stories and inspirational. Do you have mixed the two at all?
I have started mixing the two. That was a big deal for me. Yeah, and that's really exciting. It adds to the entertainment level. And I use, because my motivational speaking, you mentioned stories, is centered around teaching people how to tell stories.
Right.
And so I will use my songs as examples to teach about the hook. You know, in songwriting, you got to know what your point is, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, not you would think a lot of people don't.
Yeah, in theory.
So in storytelling, it's even more elusive. People will tell stories and their point is either non-existent, not clear, or I don't know, you know.
So you know Willie. You met Willie. I'm sorry. That was terrible. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Lloyd.
Willie's his adopted son who got away.
No, he's a comedian who used to be on the show, who would just ramble on for like 5 minutes, and then when I start looking at my watch, you get angry. Like, what are you doing? It's because I have no idea what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's we're going nowhere. We're on a drive around town making circles and each way and just figure eights, and when we have no destination. That's an important part of it. We're almost we are past time, but I want to ask you about this because Bruce Springsteen, because he talks about, for him, the guitar, he started guitar first, the singing came second, but he said he realized when he started singing that, and in his words, you have to inhabit the song. You have to find a way to make your voice live within that song so it feels authentic to the listener. That's a hard concept for a lot of people to wrap their heads around. I think what makes Bob Dylan palatable to people who can't stand his voice. I happen to think Dylan is a better singer than most people give him credit for and all that kind of stuff. But this idea of inhabiting a song, does that resonate with you? And do you find that difficult concept to get into, like, where, especially in the recording process, when you're laying down the template for how you're going to perform it live, the inhabitation of the music? Simple, easy.
I totally get that. And I agree 1,000%. It's about being authentic. And that's what comes through. That's what comes through in the song. More than anything else. And yeah. And you got to really go for it. And you got to forget who you are as a, as a persona. You just got to forget who you are and really live the song. No, that's a good way of saying it. I like it.
Yeah.
Now, Michelle, I don't like to discount what I don't like to disagree with Matt, but first of all, I think that's the worst question he would have asked you to close up on. If we're about to let you go, what we should have been asking you is, did you become a musician to get laid? That's what we should have been asking you.
That's a given. Isn't that a given?
No, because I didn't become a musician to get laid.
Obviously, you've never. Never.
Yeah.
So Michelle, and how did it work out for you? And was it one person you were trying to get laid by, or was it just a group of people you're trying to get laid by? How did it work out? Walk us through that process.
Yeah, I'm not very critical about that. You know, it's just like whoever, doesn't matter.
That was the best.
Man after my own hairline. Well, CD is just saying that because he caught himself in a contradiction yesterday. He was saying he did. He said that that wasn't his motivation ever. He never, and then he was talking about
I did not
how he
become
was
a
not
musician
attractive, or he was just an
I
ugly
became a
kid.
musician because I fancied myself a poet. but nobody really likes poets, especially in high school. In high school, poetry got me laid because women are going like, "Oh my God, you really touched my feelings," and the poetry was good for that. But I wanted to
Can you
be
smell
like,
that contradiction from
but I
Toronto?
wanted to be,
Or
I
is it
wanted to
just
be a
coming through
famous
this window
poet.
here?
I wanted to be a famous poet without dying.
Smell a little
So I
contradiction.
came to the conclusion that if I could set my poetry to music,
Nothing like
then I'd be a
contradiction in the
songwriter,
morning.
and then people would care about my poetry. That was my work. That was my theory. But
just
Matt,
keeps talking.
Haven't they dispelled that myth about sex and music after high school? I mean, in high school, yes.
Right.
But after?
Well, what happens is you get old and you get it gets boring. I mean, you've done, I mean,
what, sex gets boring or music gets boring?
Boring. Sex gets boring. I mean, the older you get, it's like, all right. I mean, how many? Unless you get the Huktui girl over here.
Well, okay, I'm not.
You're sticking us all, Matt.
I'm not going to agree with that boring part. But anyway.
Yeah, he's got
maybe
you
haven't had
issues.
Yeah, maybe you haven't had
Say no to nepotism.
a fivesome with the grannies at the nursing home.
See, that's not boring. That's bucket list.
Where do you go from there? I mean, it's just kind of everything is. Nothing lives up to that. I mean, once you've done that, it's like climbing Mount Everest. There's no higher peak to go to, so you just kind of.
That's when you put a crate on the top of Mount Everest and you step on the crate. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, rub it in that you can step up on things, GD, you bastard.
In more ways than one.
You just came here to. You just came here to throw cold water on this show today, didn't you, Stephen? This is all you're here for.
And Michelle, just for the record, Stephen is our positive thinking person.
Usually,
he's our shining light. He's our beacon of goodness.
What happened was, if I can explain this, we had another guy who happened to be in a chair that kind of threatened his chair thing. And he got all upset about that. He doesn't really like the guy, and he has to pretend that they're friends and all that stuff. So that set him off in a bad mood to start off with.
See, Matt likes to surround himself with diversity hires. He has a cripple, he has a black, and he has Ron, who's actually a porn expert.
Cognitively disabled.
We haven't heard much from Ron. I mean, I'm
He's watching porn. He's researching right now.
Ron is
he's currently
the
into the BBC category and just enthralled.
He's very inspoken. Anyway, do you have anything to plug? Gigs coming up? I know you have a song coming out next month that is the saddest song anybody will ever hear.
No.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's the most beautiful song.
Oh,
beautiful.
Anyone's ever.
It's a beautiful song.
And
I can't
he just uses sad chords. He just uses sad chords and sad notes to make it beautiful.
Yeah,
other than that coming out, and people, we want to go to the website, Michael, michelneremusic.com. You can leave the home blog in there or not, but click on it. It's in the link. Anyway, do you have any gigs coming up for performances?
Yeah, no, I got a few gigs locally. I'm excited about that, but really, I'm excited. Like I just came out of like many months in the studio, and I've got like 8 songs coming out over the next 8 to 10 months, and I'm going to be releasing them one at a time, and then I'll put 2 EPs together in 3 months and 8 months and something like that, and that way I got something new going all the time.
Very cool. As they come out, like the day before you release them or something, send me an email and I'll mention it the next day on the program. And
you got it.
See if it helps at all.
You got it.
I'll also share them on all my socials. It'll be awesome.
Cool.
All right, very cool. Thanks for being here, and it's been a fun conversation, despite having to put up with that guy up in the middle over there. Have a great day, and we wish you the best of success. Thanks for being here.
Bye. Same with you guys. Thank you.
Bye. Bye for now. Michel Nere. I keep wanting to say Michael because that's how Americans say that name.
But you're not American. You're
I'm what we call Native American.
Right. You're Pusatop.
This land is my land, not your land.
Whatever, colonizer.
All right, Ron, take it away.
You're welcome.
Do you want to even? Is there any show business? Oh no, you're gonna buy business.
No, there isn't really too
Well,
much to
then
get
fuck
excited.
you and your glasses. You're not getting any glasses. I was going to mention the glasses.
Well,
I
I mean,
boss.
we can do it. It's just it's pretty quiet. So
That's
there
fine.
is.
Yeah, we don't have to do it. But iBoss, I just want to tell the people that iBoss is going to be our new sponsor for the showbiz segment. They are sending us free sunglasses to demonstrate and try out, and so we can rave about them out of their extensive catalog. And there will be, it's not up just yet, but iboss.com/minddogtv will be official link to go and check that stuff out. I'm excited about this.
I am.
I am too.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna have to forward them to you. I think I'm gonna have to ship them all here and then forward them to you, which is not something I'm looking forward to. Maybe I make you guys all drive to Long Island to pick them up.
Okay, I can do that. Make it on the day that I actually can get a gig
Now,
up there, so we won't be
I was
wasting
gonna
my
say, give me
time.
a few gigs to pay for the gas, and I'll be there.
I'll say just make sure I can get pictures. Yeah.
I'm questioning your taste in sunglasses here because there were so many different cool sunglasses on there, and you guys kind of picked out vanilla and chocolate and strawberry. I don't know.
Well,
they had the
listen.
one that was that Showbiz SB. Oh, you could have done that, or the square one and the round one. You know,
Well, I kind of like the I think it's called the aviary. They look like bat wings.
Oh, I thought the razor blade ones were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see those?
I mean, I did like a lot of them, but then I came to the point where, because you said to pick, I assumed it was that we were getting a pair. I didn't want to pick a pair like $120 because I thought that'd be like really greedy.
No, yeah, we definitely want to be very like these Irish ones would be good for you, GD. So because most people don't know that you're
See,
1% Irish.
I liked the round shape ones, kind of like your glasses, Matt. But
yeah, these are the ones I'm getting right
see,
here.
and I figured you were gonna go that route, so I was like, well, I don't want to copy him. So then I was like, well, what's something I can wear in the real world too? And that's when I found the ones that I liked.
Well, like Pookie is for the Chinese people. I haven't been really all that racist yet today, so I figured I'd throw that in there.
Oh, that's the quota. That's we've hit it. But yeah, look, like the aviators are cool, but see, the thing is aviators are so flimsy that they don't last for me. So
some of these are a little feminine, like the Fizzlet. I don't know. That seems a little femmy. Zane is kind of. It doesn't even look like sunglasses. They look like the glasses I'm wearing now.
Right. Exactly.
Just running through some of these. Now, see, this is Jordan Peterson right here. The
Twinkler.
Yeah.
Twinkler.
Yeah. Or the claw. Claw is pretty cool. That's butterfly.
But the claw looks more like the cat thing. You know how? Remember the old cat glasses? The things.
You're thinking a cat woman, Julie Newmar. Ooh,
yeah.
Julie
and then
Newmar,
you look at Bloom and what is that, Moonbeam? Those are Dr. Disrespect. Like now you can't wear those because now he's a pedophile. So can't do that.
Meander is weird with this little offbeat octagon stuff.
Those look like something my grandmother would wear.
See, I think they should either be arranged by price or by
the Stellas are cool.
You can do it by price. You can sort by price, right?
Oh, okay.
Or by frame, shape, price. Yeah, you got your sorter here.
See,
up
the
to
aviators are so dope.
I was thinking of a way to find it, like going by alphabetical. That way, if I can say I want to find what's the one I picked? Was it
Fluffster? Fluffster. I think it was on the first page, right? No.
Yeah, but I think I changed it. I think I changed it to Whiff.
Oh no, you didn't. I could have sworn I put in for Fluffster because you put Fluffster. You put a color like blue,
the blue ice. That was me.
Okay, blue ice. Yeah, so I put in for.
I got the Cherish orange.
This Bosk or Bosk is pretty cool. It looks like it's got like a wrap around, right? Like a strap. You strapped them on. In case they
yes, strap on glasses. That's exactly what you need.
Yeah. The flare thing's pretty cool. I don't know. People on the radio probably say
there's the razor blade ones right there. Those are cool, I guess.
Why did the Oakleys look like you're crying?
That's what I think. That's what Oakleys do. Cry.
Spooky. See, Avian. That's the one that had looked like the bat wings.
Yeah, Batman. Avian. Yeah. So very cool glasses, and then this is going to be on news. See, this is the you can no Joe. I don't know who designs these glasses, but I think they're definitely
Twig. See, that was the one I changed it to. I changed it to Twig.
Where's Twig? Am I seeing it? Twig.
There. I changed it to Twig.
Oh,
but
that's typical showbiz.
yeah, so I changed it to Twig, but if you ordered the other one, that's fine.
See, look, those ones right there, Doodle almost got me. I almost got Doodle. Doodle was
Nimbus is like rain clouds.
Nimbus is pretty gay. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's pretty gay. But
gay?
Doodle.
So you only have to wear it 1 month a year. You only have to wear those glasses 1 month a year.
So what you're saying, if you go out wearing Nimbus, some guy's gonna suck your cock?
Probably.
Now, Honeydew.
Or Honey Don't.
So there's glasses called Honeydew. So
yeah, but see, look, like the cool ones, like the Atlas, the Rowans, Pax, those are all like Dr. Disrespect now, so you can't wear them, even if they are cool looking.
So I don't even know who the Dr. Disrespect is. So I wouldn't wear his glasses anyway, unless by accident.
It looks like they don't even have like lenses. You could just poke the guy in the eye straight through there.
Oh, the Thalia?
Yeah, Thalia, whatever you go.
Yeah.
The yellow lenses look like something my grandfather wears all the time.
Casey is Elton John stuff. I would have called these the Eltons. Casey.
Yeah, like all the yellow lenses. Yeah.
We're almost through here. 2 more pages to go here. Yeah, I never got the mirror glasses. I don't know. These look like a ski mask or something.
Yeah, it does. I like them.
They're cool, but yeah, that couldn't really. I was like, eh.
But we need to design our own Mind Dog glasses. Our own Sky. This is a Blues, bro. Jacob Blues.
We need to create a pair.
Well, for the Mind Dog glasses, what you do is you make coffee cups. Like they make them like coffee cups, and their handles go around over your ears.
No. We need to get round
she writes
lenses.
Back to me, and all she wants to send us is these blackies because they're $6 each.
No, look, we need to get round lenses.
First of all, I object to anything being called a blackie and being cheap. Blackies
that's completely fair. That's completely fair. But for the Mind Dog glasses, we need round lenses, and then they just have a little mustache hanging down.
Like Groucho's.
Yes, but
he's just
instead we call them the Napos.
With the nose and all.
Well, we call them the Napos, and there we go.
Yeah, we won't get sued. we won't get demonetized or anything like that.
No, Ian says none of these have UV protection. I didn't read about that. Do we know that for a fact?
I wondered about that, but
you're not supposed to stare at the sun anyway. I mean, you realize I have not said goodbye to Govs yet? You realize that?
Govs.
Did you at least disconnect them?
No, it's I did not do it on purpose because I think Tony's going through some things. He did not have a show today, so I just took it upon myself to say, you know what, we're gonna step on Govs and just hang until the end on Govs. But I think Tony's going through some things. He's going through some things.
The biggest, the biggest piece of entertainment news right now is Netflix has announced Joe Rogan is going to do a live Netflix special.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. What? Damn it. See, now I'm not gonna lie. I do get discouraged when I see things like that happen. I understand he has like millions and millions of followers, but there are people like myself who are funnier, even if I only have 3 followers, and that just pisses me off. I'm sorry, and not pissed off like I'm angry, but pissed off like I feel angry.
Not pissed off like I'm angry.
Burn the Boats, and it will air 10 p.m. Saturday, August 3rd.
Oh, I hate this. I hate to hear this. I just hate to hear this because you talk about people who just don't deserve another special. I have you ever seen any of his specials? Have you watched any of his specials?
I can't get past anything he's ever done in the past to make me even think about anything in the future. I mean, I never thought he was funny at anything he's ever done. Ever.
I've
Well,
never watched a whole special. I've heard some of his material from stand-up, but it's nothing that I've gotten
it's
excited
terrible.
about.
It's terrible. He grunts. He's like he's almost like Jim Brewer without the Goat Boy stuff. It's more about alien grunting or Bigfoot grunting. It's terrible. I mean, it's just I honestly, and I don't say this. I probably never said this before. I think I'm a better stand-up comedian than he is.
I think you're better than Tom Segura.
I don't know. Tom's pretty fucking good. Tom's pretty fucking good.
I think you're better than Tom Segura.
Tom is all kidding aside really good.
There are no comedians funnier than Tom Segura.
What would you do? Did you trash that? Did you trash that thing that you had?
Yeah.
Comedians who are funnier than Segura.
Get out of town, you're a bum. You're a bum, get out of town. No, he's turned over a new leaf. What Steven just said, I really disagree with that. I don't think Tom Segura is that nothing special. Nothing. I mean, again, I know it's subjective, but for me, I don't find him all that funny. I'm sorry. I know. I mean, what's funny about Garth Brooks being? Explain.
What's funny about Garth Brooks being a serial killer? Everything's funny about that, but not even because Tom Segura came up with it. I just love the idea that he goes to these towns and sneaks out in the middle of the night and takes down somebody, goes back and achy breaky hearts it on stage. That's hilarious to me.
Didn't do achy breaky heart. That was
whatever. I don't listen. It was before I was born.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then he does X's in Texas, right? Whatever. Either way, it's just funny that he goes and murders somebody, that he comes back and does my grandma's favorite country songs. Like, that's awesome.
Is it lonely in that space that you live in?
Really?
I think it's hilarious. So it's fine.
Wow.
You must get lonely. You must get lonely.
With me and Tom Segura's ego, there's no room.
I don't know. Do you find it funny to watch the bag boy put groceries in the bag at the store? Is that also hilarious?
I mean,
is it paper or plastic?
Well,
plastic is funny.
As long as you be respectful to them, like calling them servants and things like that.
He doesn't say much, but when he says it, it's really revolting and offensive.
Listen, I don't laugh at the person at all because they generally also bring it to my car and load it for me. So I'm usually really nice. So.
Then I go, "Hell, squire, thank you, servant. Now be gone."
Here's a pence for your troubles. Keep the change.
All right, but not to beat a dead horse, but to beat a dead serial killer, or a live serial killer. All right, let's just assume that the idea of Garth Brooks being a serial killer is amusing. To build a career out of it and incorporate it into every special, like it's like
no, that's boring as shit. I agree. Yeah.
It's almost like a guy who just makes a career out of the word supple.
There are people that can do that?
No,
listen, I agree that like Tom Segura is definitely in a spot where he's repeating old material and he's beating it into the ground. He's in the same spot that Bert Kreischer's in, and it sucks.
I thought there was no room. I thought with his ego there was no room. Now he's in the room with Bert Kreischer.
Right.
Well, let's be honest, it's just their egos. I get to be on the outside of that, but I'm just saying, like, they're in if they were funny when it initially happened, I was a big fan. But yeah, it's been repetitive and it's become stale. And
yeah,
they're relying on the machine jokes and the Garth Brooks thing. It gets definitely stale for sure.
Yeah, there comes that point with comedians, if they get too much fame or too much money, they go like way up there, but then you just they lose their edge and things like that. And yeah,
is the industry doing that to them? Because everybody feels obligated to be on something and out there and overexposed 24. Like, they're not just the Two Bears podcast, but Your Mother's House, Bertcast. These guys have Oh my, I'm fucking.
I think it's like everything else. It's just oversaturation of everything.
Yeah.
Well, it also is a testament to finding those fans that are going to be into everything just because it's you. You know, they have a good number of those, which helps feed that because that's why they can have 7 podcasts because these people want to be immersed in their fandom 24/7. So
I just want to put this out there to the audience. Just send me money. Venmo me money at media1@optonline.net or info@minddogtv.com. PayPal me money at same addresses. Or just go to Daily High Club and just buy shit. All right? Because Daddy needs money. That's what I'm saying. Daddy needs money.
You know, if
it's
Daily
hard.
High.
What?
Go ahead.
Ron is talking, Stephen.
I was just going to say, it's tough to get behind. It's tough to get behind comics when you see them doing stadium tours and things like that, because it's like that stuff is just like, to me, so far removed from comedy. Yeah, they're doing comedy, but in a setting like arenas and shit like that, it's not. I mean, if that's your thing, I guess, but it's not as good.
I mean, we need a mosh pit for comedy shows like that. A mosh pit where he's up there telling jokes and people are just cracking heads.
I think they should do comedians at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oof.
It's interesting. We are, though, in a time where there's so many comics doing stadiums when, 20 years ago, maybe you had one guy, maybe two at
Andrew
the most.
Dice Clay, and then the genie was out of the bottle. Then you had Larry the Cable Guy selling out like fucking gigantic stadiums and all that stuff. And now it's just like everybody's doing stadiums. I think
Jeff Dunham is about to do a stadium. Take his peanut.
Jeff Dunham's getting ready to do a stadium tour.
I thought I was making that up.
No, he is.
Yeah, I thought he was
talking
a hat
about
man.
it. Well, he's in between his conspiracy theories with his fake food that he's finding. He's been creating new characters for a new tour and things like
I
that.
honestly thought I was making that up. I really thought who's the most unstadium worthy person I could think of, and I thought
he's
Jeff
unstadium
Dunham.
worthy, but his act is fairly stadium friendly.
In the past. Jeff Dunworthy, whatever his name is, the peanut guy. He was extremely wealthy at one point. Like, fucking had private helicopters taking him to his.
Yeah, but didn't he blow all his money on fabric for puppets?
No. It was shocking to me how big that dude was. And
I knew he's popular.
I'm pretty sure he lost a lot of money in a divorce. I thought
him and Peanut got divorced.
No, but I'm pretty sure he got divorced, lost a bunch of money, then had to start doing like clubs again, and started back up. And then, like I said, now he's talking about a tour, which is why he's creating new characters.
A lot of the West Coast comedians I know hated him, claiming he was like the worst racist ever because he had that Ahmed, the terrorist style. And
that's not the worst.
Ahmed was genius, in my opinion.
I agree. It's not even close to the worst. You want to talk about racism? I mean, so I thought that was fairly mild in terms of kind of.
Well, the fact that it's 2024 and we're still talking about ventriloquism, right there is a problem.
April Brucker would disagree with you.
She'll huck Tui you right the fuck out of here.
I don't know if she will, but May will.
I find ventriloquists to be the most disturbing comics, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're eating their own feces at night.
God.
So I just want to. We only have a couple minutes. Well, we could go for as long as we fucking want, but I'm going to end it in a couple minutes. Is there a distinction between eating somebody else's feces and eating your own feces?
Oh yeah, the diet.
I said, when you eat your own, you have quality control.
This is a good place to end the program on. Now, I was going to talk about going out to the doghouse tonight, but you could end up eating dog feces.
No, not there, because we know the cook. Kyle does not do that to our food. Maybe someone else's.
Yeah, the food is very good. Please come out tonight if you're in the area. We had a really good week last week, and let's keep it going.
So wait a minute. You're saying
bring a drunk.
Good. So if you want to go home and eat your own feces, it'll probably be.
Yeah, just brush your teeth before you come out. That's all we ask.
And if you bring a drunk, bring a leash for your drunk so that you can walk him before the show starts.
And then burn your toothbrush after you brush your teeth. Go get a new one. That's
look at Steven. Looks like he's chasing a dragon.
It does look like he's. What the fuck is that all about?
He
turned his back on us. His feelings are hurt. What the hell? Or he just can't take. He can't take any more.
I say he's talking to somebody else in the room, but you can't. Now she's chasing the dragon.
She's
being eaten by the dragon.
Eaten by the dragon, and she's got a hand over her mouth like.
And Steve is not even rescuing her. She had to cover up her mouth so we wouldn't hear her scream.
You notice he's not getting out of the chair like he normally does.
Because usually he gets up and walks over.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because we caught him. He does. He's very self-conscious about that now.
My dog ate my daughter's stuffed animal she got for her birthday.
Oh.
Was it one of the Jeff Dunham souvenir dolls that you got in his show?
No, so I would be less upset.
Coming back to follow this thread. Will you be eating the dog feces now?
I will not be eating the dog feces. But
will
I
you
might
be waiting
be
for the
feeding
dog
my dog to my Asian neighbors, possibly.
Will you be waiting for the dog to poop so you can get the doll so you can put it back together?
No, like it's just all cotton.
Oh.
Will Jeff Dunham have a dead puppy puppet?
I might just mail Jeff Dunham some dead animals just because.
Let me just ask you: when we have April back on the show, please try not to, I don't know, denigrate her art form. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, Ron.
Believe me, I understand where you're coming from with that.
Ron's already thinking of ways he could just be an asshole. I can see it and I love it. I can see the gears turning.
Just before I kick you guys out of the room here, I don't know, the degrees of separation between what April does with May in the puppet and what GD does with his fucking blow-up dolls, which it's really.
Oh, but first of all, it's not GD. It's the Reverend that does it with the ball, and it's not actually. It's not even the Reverend. It's
I believe you have.
It's the audience
dolls on this show.
It's the audience members that do the stuff with the dolls.
Am I hallucinating, Stephen and Ron? Don't let him talk. You have seen. I have seen him. You have seen him use blow-up dolls on this program. Yes.
Yes.
Use or show.
I'm asking for the witnesses, not the accused, to chime in here.
I have seen Mr. Fenderson display blow-up dolls on said program.
Display. That's not using. That's not the same.
Do you see Mr. Fenderson in the courtroom now? And can you point him out?
It's the dark fella. It's the dark one.
I think we should have an appearance by Meth Cunham tomorrow.
Your Honor, the prosecution rests. And it's time to kick you.
Your Honor, the prostitution rests.
Yes.
Oh boy.
All right. Get out of my room. Get out of my room. I'm alone. It's just me and you. And me and you and a gov's named Pooh. Anyway, that's the show for you today. I don't have a show tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Chris Monty will be back tomorrow. I believe Chris Monty will be back tomorrow. Anyway, it's time to say goodbye. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our family. MICKEY. Nobody even backed me up with the lemonade stuff with Michelle, by the way. I mean, we could have Ron could have played his big lemonade commercial there and been a big hit and made a big impression, but no, he stayed quiet. Anyway, MICKEY, get the fuck out of my room. Go, we'll turn on your radio button now.
I
to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now.